Greetings and salutations, Dota fans. It is I, Badger, back for some more League of Lads Season 8 action. I am joined tonight by a very special guest. The two-time League of Lads champion, Odd Otters competitive veteran, winner of RD2L and a billion other Dota leagues, former StarCraft 2 member of Complexity and Root Gaming. It is Sasquatch. How are you tonight?
What up, Badger? Doing well. Ready for some hype legal ads.
As am I. As you can tell, I'm very, very excited. I managed to excite myself again, which is always fun. But for those who are unaware, Sasquatch will be leaving us temporarily from between 5 to 10 minutes during probably the draft, so just a heads up for why my co-caster will be leaving me temporarily. I just wanted him to say hi.
Yes, I'll be back shortly, but I'm excited to see where the game state ends up between these two teams. I mean, this is probably one of the best series of the group stage. So,
yeah, I mean, it's the number one team of their group versus the number two team in their group that's also the defending champions. So it's two very good teams. Where even though technically Frostfire Simps have mathematically secured the 1 seed already, there's a lot of pride in the line. Like I know Frostfire Simps, they want to avenge last season's playoff loss. Because it was really, their season got derailed, getting absolutely, how do I put it, ass blasted by at the time, Sheesh, in season 7 Winners Bracket Finals. It was an absolute beatdown, so I think they're looking to avenge that one.
Yeah, it makes sense. I think also from like the KU team perspective, the Heck Teddy perspective, if there's an undefeated team, it's fun to take them down a notch. So there's definitely some incentive on their end to take the win.
And I want to say if they do secure at least one, if they secure, I think at least a 1-1 or if not a 2-0, they mathematically secure the 2 seed, which is always a good thing, Obviously, looking over at Group A, there's some teams you might not want to face at the top of the group. So having that 2 seed seems very useful. Yeah, I mean, this is always it's always a fun time late in the season when things get serious and there's like, all right, now you have to win games if you want to make upper bracket, make playoffs, get the 1 seed, get the 2 seed. It's all about these little things down the line where it might help your season. Looking at the heroes in question, we got some fun old stuff. Looks like a lot of teams have been watching TI, maybe a couple IG watchers in here. Got a ET5 into Lena Weaver 6-7 into Lion 8.
Yeah, good CC for the Weaver, and two kind of squishy heroes right away from the Nebula stack, which I refuse to call by their current name because it's kind of cringe, to be honest.
Oh, it's incredibly cringe, but I have stuck with it. This is the exact thing I said when remember when Sheesh used to be called Step Bro. I'm stuck. I called him Step Bro for a month. This is a better name than Sheesh. But now they're No Teddy, which is even a better name, so it's okay.
True. They've been swapping around the names.
It's kind of been their thing.
With this state in the draft, I'll be back in a little bit.
I'll see you soon. Hopefully, when you come back, the game's not already decided. Hopefully. Ideally. What we do have, though, is it's me, Badger. I technically is supposed to put up a standings graphic that I should be putting up right now, but because of TI, my sleep schedule has been absolutely obliterated. And as a result, I have been behind on my OBS stuff. So I'll have to do that perhaps for my next stream. Not entirely sure when that one is going to happen. What is fun, though, is looking at some of these bands. These are some interesting bands. I mean, we're seeing some heroes aren't necessarily that good being banned out by both teams, which indicates they have very specific heroes they want to pick that they think are bad into the heroes banned. I say Jug Lifesteals are not necessarily high priority bans in the current patch, but say if you want to pick a hero like Tidehunter in the offlane, banning out Lifesteal or Ursa Jug makes a lot of sense. In that sense, I actually really like this Tide pick from Dire. It indicates, like, hey, we think you want a hero it's either tied or a hero akin to tied, a hero who functionally fits in the draft as a large hero who's very good but struggles into these run at you magic immunity giving safe laners. Therefore, we will grab who we think is either the highest one valued in the meta or the highest one valued for our draft plan. So I am a massive fan of the side pick from Boljax. I think it's brilliant drafting. But in return, KU has a very counter pick. This Doombringer hero is one of the few heroes in Dota who really matches up well into the Tidehunter. Look at Tidehunter. He's a hero where you can purge off basically any stone in the game with Kraken Shell. But if you can get something that's either like persistent AoE on the ground, i.e. say Ricky Silence, Disruptor ulti, Static Storm, or something you cannot purge, say, I don't know, you break the Tide with Viper and stun him, or you say, better yet, just put all that into one. You doom the Tide, or you duel the Tide. In this case, the Doom is probably ideal, so they grab the Doombringer and say, you know what, we're going to doom things. It's gonna be good. We've seen a lot at TI. This Doombringer pick has been valued very, very highly. You've seen a number of these teams, notably T1, Team Spirits, a couple others really valuing Doombringer very highly. So it makes sense that we're seeing it now. Speaking heroes that are valued pretty highly at TI, also by these lads teams, it's Ember. I mean, we look at Kobe, aka Downbad, aka Taylor Swift, aka League of Legends. He's been playing Ember before Ember was necessarily in the meta. He was a fan of playing this mid-Ember Spirit pick before it was necessarily good, meta-wise. On the flip side, KU also plays the safe lane Ember, so Radiant still have some degree of draft ambiguity if they want to run, say, an Ember safe into a Tide offlane, or if they can still run the Ember mid into what will likely be this 24 pick middle for Squid. It is possible that the Lina goes middle, but knowing this team, it's probably likely that the Lina Weaver is a support duo. They put Tide 3 and Wraith King 1. But that's one of the things in the Boljax draft. Boljax draft also has a bit of ambiguity. You can run the Tidehunter 3 or 5 or 4. You can run the Weaver anything 1 through 5 pretty much. You can run the Lina 2 or 4, or even 5 if you're getting real frisky. So they can still wait for this last 23 pick from No Teddy before deciding, hey, we're going to lock it in with, say, I don't know, whatever we're going to do with this Tide, whatever we're going to do with this Weaver. That's part of the value of having, say, a Lina Weaver opener. I didn't really mention it earlier, is you can always just flex it to wherever you want to. That's, it's pretty nice to have. Looking at bans, some interesting bans. Kind of. Looks like Dire think the Ember is mid and Radiant thinks the Lina is a 4. That's what these bans indicate to me. Not quite sure where Squid's going to go mid. I think we can see some interesting stuff potentially. I mean, obviously Squid is one of the higher depth hero pools in lads. So we may see some very interesting stuff come out from the mid lane picker. Let's see here. Just double checking my OBS stuff now, making sure it's not messed up. Gonna take off these records right now while we're here, because I don't think we need them anymore. My mic settings are good. My other settings are good. My stream delay is on, which is, I guess, a little more obvious, and we're ready to go right now. You know, we're ready for some fun. I mean, a lot of carries have been banned out, so I'm curious where KU goes for here. Obviously here, like, Luna is still in the pool, but I'm not necessarily sure if they think Luna is good this game. It's one of those games where it necessitates Luna to buy, say, like, early Manta into early BKB, but I'm not even sure if that actually saves the Luna from dying. You buy, say, Manta to farm and to dodge Ray Fire Blast, and then you buy the BKB for the everything else, but I'm not actually sure if that makes Luna a good hero this game. You go for it anyways. I say, you know what, there's so many of the good carries are banned out that we think Luna, even if she might have problems this game into the overwhelming CC of the Dire, we'll say, you know what, she lanes well into a 3 Tide. She could eventually, if ahead, destroy the Dire side base. So we'll play the Luna. And I say, you know what, that makes sense. They would rather You would rather go out and secure this Luna pick, who thinks a better carry, than a hero who might necessarily match up better, but just bad. I say a hero like Anti-Mage, right, might match up better into these heroes than Luna, but Luna is just that much better of a carry than Anti-Mage, that it's probably the smart move to prioritize the straight up better carry in Luna. And we have a minute 30 time for the X Nebula now, Frostfire Simps, to decide what the hell they're going to do to respond to that one in the middle lane. Notable unbanned heroes: Void Spirit not banned, Mars not banned. Not Mars, sorry, I didn't mean to say Mars. I tried to say Batrider. That is true, by the way. Mars also is not banned, if not going for the Mars mid, but I don't think they will. Void Spirit's not banned. Batrider's not banned. I think Batrider could be decent in this game. What else is not banned? The Shrek is not banned, but I don't think this is a really good Leshrac game. I think it's actually a very bad Leshrac game for Dire. What else is not banned? I guess Razor's not banned, Viper's not banned, but neither of those are really Squid heroes, and even then, I don't think either necessarily are that good this game. We already are running low on reserve time, so we'll have our answer quite soon. Alright, yeah, 5 seconds left. They have not selected. Have to sip some beverage. So, you know what? Pop the water, see what we got here. And we get a Grimstroke. Alright, so it's probably a Lina middle. Grimstroke 5. Acid Rain 4 Weaver. Okay, okay. I say, you know what? We don't like our mids left. We think Lina lanes well into Ember, which, by the way, probably true in this case. It's certainly a skill matchup, but Lina, by default, should have a very good matchup into the Ember. Obviously, if Kobe on the Ember can play very well, say dodge LSA with Slight, engage, get the level 6 before Lina can, engage with the ulties and try to kill Lina early, then maybe Kobe can do a lot in this lane. But if Squid plays up to his standards, it should be a very good game to play the Lina. Radiant will certainly have tools to deal with him later on, because they have, I mean, look at this damage. They have Doom, they have Finger, they have Eclipse, they have Ember Remnants, they have Earth Splitter. There's a lot of damage to kill the Lina. But if Squid can have a good start to the game, get like early travels into early BKB, then potentially he can have a very good time. We've seen a lot of Linas in the majors, the TI games. Snowball out of control, get this early travels into BKB, into, say, like Silver Edge. I think that could ring true to this game, where if Squid has a good start this game, if, say, Acid Rain and Bolt Acid even stack some camps for him, that will allow him to really be the engine of damage that Dire needs to win the game before the Luna's online. Meanwhile, for Radiance, it's obvious where it's the same play that No Teddy has literally always had for the last 3 seasons of Lads, back when they were Sheesh and won the tournaments, back when they were Step Rome, stuck and got 3rd. It's, you farm KU 0, and that's basically your win condition. The same win condition they always have. And you know what? It makes sense. I mean, obviously you farmed Luna in this game, and she is going to have a very, very good time. Until the Lina's online. It's one of those things where when the Luna's online, she's extremely powerful until the point where Lina can kill her with, say, like a Daedalus. Now, when Lina has a lot of right-click damage, then it's scary for Luna, because Luna's going to be outranged by the Lina. But the thing is, there's a point where, let's say Luna versus Lina, it's a fun matchup, right? Because Lina starts the game stronger, and then Luna itemizes and becomes stronger. But then when Lina gets like her sort of like 4 or 5 items set up, then she can outrange the Luna and become stronger. It's a very interesting matchup, in my opinion. We're seeing a oh, they messed up the D ward. They messed up the D ward. So No Teddy, notice Squid gets a ward down on this high grounds. They go to place the sentry to D ward. And they try to time it so Squid cannot deny his own ward. And despite having, I think it was 3 heroes here, they had like 1 here and 2 here, they did not coordinate the killing of that ward. Colonel Squid denies his own obs. Heads up play there by Squid. That's mistake on that one. We're seeing Rune contesting. We'll see Acid Rain grab the bottom river one. We'll see, I believe that was Kobe on the Ember Spear grabbing the top river one. So it ends up being 2 runes apiece for both teams. Nothing too wild and crazy there so far. This is where the fun begins. This is a really fun game, I think. This is going to be some really fun matchup hero-wise. Really fun matchup player-wise. I know Sasquatch will be back very, very soon, so he'll be able to join me as well. And this will be a real fun night. We are beginning, though, with no Teddy opening with the tri-lane in the bot lane. They have Malefic in the trees on Lion. They have not seen Lion top lane yet. They're looking for a first blood opportunity. Keita wraps around right now. Malefic will look for the stun angle. Problem is, it's a Weaver and a Tide. Not easier to get. And they're going to say, you know what? Wait, where's the Doom? He's alone top lane. Now Malefic goes on the Journey. The problem is Journey's a little bit too far back. The stun comes in, hits onto the Tide, but it will not matter. There's no even remote chance there for first blood. So now it means that 11-17 here in this Doombringer is definitely suffering right now. Being completely zoned out earlier by Bulljacks. Back to bot again. Radiant. Well, they're now in a 2v2. They're no longer in that 3v2 situation. They even turn onto Keita on the ET. He turns back onto the Weaver, doing what he can with all that spirit damage. But his HP is relatively lacking right now. Back over to top lane, they actually ran at Bulljacks, but they have a little bit low on damage, I think. The South even is popped to keep Bulljacks alive. He's now juking in the trees. They're not turning the Fume, though. Stun is there. 11-17 wants this kill. But Fume and Bulljacks both are alive. Nobody is dead. Good trades there by no Teddy in the top lane. The Doom and the Lion certainly winning that trade over Fume and Bulljacks. Well then, it's a very exciting laning phase. A lot of back and forth on all 3 lanes. Nobody's really taking a massive lead so far in CS. But we are seeing massive wins in the regen trade. And how the teams respond to being... Like, both safe lanes right now are relatively losing the regen trade. It'll be interesting to see what they do in terms of if they buy regen or they try to abandon the lane early. If I had to guess, it would be Keita and Bulljacks buying a bunch of regen. Speaking of Keita, he's dead bottom lane. He's run out by Acid Rain Journey. The Gush, Shikuchi, both were used and well. Keita dies, which means now it will be Keita grabbing a bunch of regen if he can afford it. Yeah, there it is. Okay, he had Salves, Tangos, all for KU. Bring it in, bring the sentry, look to control the lane again. Yep, everyone's back. It will be a 2-man stomp as well. They wake up Acid Rain immediately, however. Now they run at KU bot lane, KU low. Acid Rain made it to trade. KU pops the Fairy Fire in the stick. Acid Rain low, Acid Rain dead. Now Journey's under that tower, trying to run away, and KU will not die. Keita salves KU. Good coordination there, good team play from Keita, and now it's 1-for-1 so far in the bot lane. Now over top lane, Malefic is playing with fire, contesting the pole in a 1v2 as 11-17 contests, well, the wave. Malefic gets the stun into the Inkswell. He's very stunned right now. Circle of Fate is there, right clicks are there. He'll Hex onto Fume, trying to run away. Dire actually will not get Malefic, and never mind, they'll find him. Bulljacks is there. One more right click. Back to bot lane again, it's Acid Rain who dies. Keita and KU, they ran at the Weaver. Shikuchi was on cooldown. It's likely he went in with Shikuchi to harass, and then got punished by the turn with the Spear and the Lucent Beam. So over-aggression there from Acid Rain gets punished. Over to mid lane, we have not looked at mid that much. So far, Squid taking the lead on Kobe and CS. Squid, 22-4, Kobe, 16-1. So Squid taking the lead now. Over the top lane, though, Bulljacks will go down. It's Doombringer and Lion. They stunned into that Scorched Earth. It was way too much damage. Down goes our man Grimstroke. So overall there, it's a lot of trading going on. Now bot lane, Stomp is there onto the Tide. KU, though, is relatively low in HP, will not provide much disengagement, so he will not overextend. Meanwhile, we're seeing Acid Rain, as we've seen a lot at the TI, contest the minute 4 water runes, ensuring that a mid laner, the Ember Spirit, could not secure a minute 4 water rune. And now the pause comes out from KU on the Luna. He says lag. I believe him. But the fun part here is we're going to see very, very soon a degradation of the lanes. We see it a lot at TI games, at major games, at lads games, I mean, hell, any level of Dota game above like 2K. The lanes basically degrade not long after now. It's very rare, though, you get a chance to articulate it so thoroughly, because usually, you know, the action continues, and... But we're going to see very soon, Squid will go to the jungle. He's going to go to this camp here, that camp, that... Fuck off, Squid. Go to these camps over here, of course. We're going to see Luna go into the jungle in this direction, pick these camps, farm here, eventually end up in the tri-camp. We're going to see Fume as well also head to the right into the jungle quite soon. And all that will be predicated on, for the mid laners, they want to accelerate their farm in a more safe way. While for the safe laners, they want to avoid the level 6 timing on the off laners. So once Journey has 6, once 11-17 has 6, I would expect Fume and KU to leave the lanes. But it's hard to tell right now. Depends how they're feeling, depends where supports are located, depends what rotations can be forced. Obviously, you know, Dota is a very interconnected game. Things that happen in one lane have a very direct effect on another one. Like, say, for example, right? Let's just say Frostfire Simps. They gank Kobe in the mid lane on the Ember Spirit. That would then allow KU to stay in the safe lane for longer, due to having more opportunity to be safe in the safe lane. Honestly, it's all hypotheticals at that point. It's all things you can get reactions on later in terms of knock-on effects. And Malefic is aware of that. He's actually being ready to contest Fume in the jungle. He has a warp to scout him. Meanwhile, top lane, the Inkswell is there. They're running at the Doom. He should be dead here. He'll try to run away. He's not man-fighting with Fume. Fume still alive. 11-17 still alive. Both of them pop the Fairy Fires. 11-17 dead. Malefic has arrived, running at Fume, but he's a little bit short on damage. Fume will now get salved by a Bulljack, so we find. Meanwhile, bot lane, we're seeing Acid Rain is here, and Squid is on the rotation. What can Squid find? He's level 6 on the Luna. This is a huge power spike. He's looking for KU on the Luna. He's only level 4 right now. It may be a dive under the tower in the near future. Radiant likely think Squid is in the jungle. Little do they know, Squid is in the bottom lane, hunting them. Squid comes in, and he's now scouted. A mistake there by Dire. He's now spotted. Now let's keep you up to the mid lane, losing creeps. But that is Dota 2 for you sometimes. For those who are just joining us, welcome to a 2-game series between No Teddy and Frostfire Simps. My name's Badger. We will be joined by Sasquatch temporarily. He's temporarily not here. He'll be here soon, though. We are seeing a stop bot lane onto Journey. Astrain once again has Claw and looking to save his core. Everything is A-okay in the bot lane, though, for both teams involved for now. Over to top lane. 11-17 is running at Bulljax. Bulljax takes a lot of damage. Inkswell even is popped, but there will be no kill. Back to bot again. It's Acid Rain fighting with Keita. Lucent Beam is there onto Weaver. Stomp comes actually stunning onto the Weaver. Do they know he's there, though? They see him now. Shikuchi is on cooldown. One hit will do it. Lucent Beam will be there, and it will secure the kill there onto Acid Rain. KU is now 3-0 on the Luna. Absolutely fantastic. Now we're seeing the 2-man smoke there from Ember Spirit and the Lion looking to go. What will they find? They have history in there on a level 7 Ember Spirit. They see Fume in the jungle. He's not level 6 yet. This will be a huge kill if they can secure it. Lion leads the way. Earthspike comes in. Chains will be the follow-up. Hex there as well. They're looking for the kill there on Fume. Chains? Actually, there's no chain skill, but it is not needed. Like this comes in. Down goes Fume. Now we're seeing Bulljax that arrived. Looking for Malefic. But as does 11-17, the Doom comes in onto the Grimstroke. Grimstroke doomed. Now Squid has Laguna onto Doom. Doom alive. Bulljax dead. Doom running. TPing. Squid looking to hunt, but cannot secure the kill. Now, it's Kobe and Malefic, both still there. Malefic stuns, dies for a stun, ends up being a 1 for 2, but one that the Radiant must be happy with. They kill Fume, and they get an extra kill and only lose their 4 Lion. Absolutely fantastic trade. Now bot lane, we're seeing Journey and Keita in a bit of a man fights. I don't think either of them actually want to do this man fights, but it ends up being Keita winning the trade there for sure. Journey loses a lot of HP from that one. Meanwhile, though, Dire want the kill there on Keita. They want to dive this tower tier 1 bottom. Question is, can they find him alone? Radiant have TPs on everybody, I believe. Everybody but the Doom. Now Stomp comes in, they're into 2, Keita will go down, but they will look to avenge him. Chains are there on Acid Rain. Acid Rain is low. Acid Rain will go down to 1-for-1 so far. Journey is absolutely fine, so we'll end as a 1-for-1. But a good trade there overall on that one. So far, I'm liking the game state, though, for No Teddy. I think they've done their job. They have done what they can to slow down Fume's game. They have allowed KU to farm well. They have allowed Kobe to be impactful in the game. He's had 2 rotations so far that have been good. On the flip side, Squid is farming well, but he's had only 1 rotation. That's Christian. He had 2 rotations that have failed. One of them, I guess, got a kill there on the Lion, but now we're seeing Dire. They're looking to evolve Squid further. They're smoking up with the Grimstroke and the Lina. They want to go bottom lane for anything. They see Kobe, I believe. It's a big... Actually, no, they don't. He's way in the tree. They see an illusion of Kobe. The Gush and the Swarm. They actually Ravage for Kobe! Oh, no! Disastrous Ravage there! From Frostfire Simps. The Swarm is there. They see Kobe, but this is a hard kill. He remnants. They chase, but Radiant. They TP. Stomp comes in, hitting onto the Weaver. And now, Doom has arrived. Inkswell comes in onto the Tide. Kobe, low, trying to survive. The stun is there. He's still... Laguna comes in, down goes Ember. But this could be disaster. Radiant are fighting. But where are the TPs? There's only 2. The Doom, the ET, Earthsplitter comes in. Tide low, Tide dead. Weaver low, Ember buying back. He remnants back in. Doom being gone in the tower. Truck of Fate kills him. Then Ember returns, kills Weaver, kills Grimstroke, wants more. Lina on the run will get away. But an absolutely wild and crazy engagement there. In the bottom lane, my lord. That is absolutely beautiful Dota. But also absolutely clowny Dota right there. The duality of Dota. Both simultaneously beautiful and a clown show at the same time. Top lane, though, it is KU alone, sieging tier 1 tower. He's far too far forward, will get punished in the 1v4. They TP in everybody. They TP the hero into the trees, they stun him from there, they bring him down, sieging the top tier 1 tower. He thought he was safe. Due to all the chaos in the bottom lane, he was not safe. See, a rare lapse there by KU. Now, well, Weaver, Scouts 2. Fate comes in onto the Doom. Earthspike is missed. Now Ixwell Weaver comes in looking for Lion and Doom. They choose Lion for the stun. Lion hexes onto Weaver. He's very low, but in comes Slight's Chain onto Weaver and Grimstroke. Now Weaver Shikuchi's away looking for more. Malefic still low. Acid Rain is hunting. He wants the kill. Earthspike misses. Acid Rain, no, has not found Malefic, but he still wants it. He'll find a courier no, the uphill mischance on the courier does not find it. Now in comes Weaver once again looking for Lion, but Lion's under his tier 2 tower middle lane. He will not find him, but he's going in a... No, there's no way. There's no way. I thought he might go in again, but that's absolutely crazy if he did that.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So right now we're seeing both teams, different strategies. Radiance, they are congregating top lane as 5. Meanwhile, Dire are splitting. They have Lina taking bot T1. Radiant will look to equal at top lane. They have Doom, Ember, and Lion in the immediate lane. Stroke of Fate comes in, harassing the Lave. Now in comes Journey. He's doomed, however. Stun comes in on the Bulljax as well. Into the Hex, into the right clicks. Bulljax will go down. Journey should join him quite soon. Finger comes in, down goes Bulljax. Turn to Journey. And the Tide certainly is dead as well. It's 2 kills there for the side of No Teddy. Meanwhile, mid lane, KU denies mid-tier 1 tower. It was Acid Rain splitting with Fume. And they did secure the tower kills. Overall, across the map, it was a 2-for-1 tower trade, plus 2 kills, albeit one of the 2 towers taken by the Dire side was a deny. So a bit unfortunate there for them, but across the map it's still a... Okay, I'm not getting what I want in the fight recap, but what can you do in that sense?
Nice smoke from the Dire here.
Yeah, they go from the mid lane now. They want some big kills there. I mean, they could run into KU right now. Welcome back, by the way. Welcome back.
I've just been watching this even game. I was watching Acid Rain backdoor creeps and towers.
Acid Rain's a absolute madman.
Gotta say, KU dodged this gank pretty magnificently, but now he might run into trouble.
Yeah, he's now running the 3 here. Terrific comes in. He's now silenced. In comes Soulbind there onto the Luna and the Ember into double Laguna. Swarm comes in. Luna eclipses now, but she's still so low. KU dead, and now Radiant are in a bad fight. Ravage comes in, stunning there onto 2. Ember, low. Styx, Doom, low. Weaver, low. Earthsplitter comes in. Who can it kill? Absolutely nobody. Dirty was hit. Now Squid's on the run. Squid goes down, but so is Ember Spirit. Left stomp stun from the Doom comes in onto Tide, but now Radiant still try to run away. 11-17, low. Keita trying to zone. 11-17 tanks Stroke of Fates. He goes down quite soon. Stomp comes in from Keita. Actually hits there on the board. 11-17 to run away for now, but Acid Rain is hunting. Gush comes in onto Keita. Dire are still hunting. Who can they find? Scorched Earth comes in. Acid Rain finds 11-17. 11-17 comes down. Stroke of Fate. Now Keita fights in 1v3. He has so much damage. Correction, he has so little damage like Echo Smash. Hoof Stomp comes, or the Echo Stomp comes in onto 3. But what can he find? KU comes in, Lucent Beam, Keita, Bulljags, both dead, but now KU runs again. Squid has respawned with the Travels, and Malefic respawned with his TP, but nobody else fights, my lord. Chaotic fights.
Feels good being Wraith King, though. He's
Absolutely. Just 9 dudes throwing their bodies at each other, and just Wraith King, Midas Armlet, just farming. The moment you say that, like, it feels good to be Wraith King, you put, say, Radiance is quick by. The moment you say that.
He's feeling real good. Look at that, 3 bounty rooms. Now he's feeling amazing.
A very happy Wraith King.
I guess he hasn't been farming Ancients if there's just 3 runes still in there. Or maybe Squid kept saying, like, I'll get these, I'll get these.
He's been playing mostly mid lane and shallow jungle from what I can tell in that tri-camp. Because a lot of the action's been either directly bottom lane or directly top lane. There's been a lot of options for Fume just to farm. Not quite sure what Kobe's up to, but he may be in danger, LSA. Never mind, good Remnant away in time. Reacted to Squid. Meanwhile, mid lane, Journey was gone on temporarily, but he's a Tidehunter, so he's fine.
Squid could have, done played a little more in the trees for that stun, but yeah, just quick reactions from the Ember.
It's a fairly unlikely to get the kill anyways, but it goes from being unlikely to a 0% chance kill when you do that. Bot lane though is Dire on the siege. They have 3 sieging with the siege units, Radiant, Glyph accordingly, and they now begin to bring in the heroes. Malefic and Kobe are there. But they need more than that. They need more than an Ember and a Lion. Or maybe not, actually. Maybe they don't. Maybe they're fine.
Dire's not forcing it. Although, I think this is a good timing before this Luna gets her BKB, which is coming up pretty quick.
Yeah, he is. I mean, if he wants to, he could even disassemble the Dragonlance for it.
Yeah, so, it looks like that's what he will be doing.
Looks like it will be go time very soon for the side of no. Yeah, he's done it. He has disassembled. He has BKB. He is ready to go. This is now a little bit scary for the side of the Simps, where now it's all right until this Luna truly is online. It's going to be hard for him to kill the Luna and BKB. And Lena's like 2.5 items away from being able to kill the Luna and BKB. Like literally 2.5 items.
Yeah, I think if Dire's not initiating, they need to just have a really long fight, because presumably this Tide is just going to be the focus for the Doom every time. Maybe the Lena if Doom can find her, but you need to be able to survive that Doom and get your Ravage off. So it really comes down to who's initiating on who in these fights. But I think Dire definitely wants them drawn out. Ideally, Wraith King is tanking like the Luna ult, or I mean, I doubt Wraith King is ever going to get Doom this game, but you just want Wraith King frontlining that initial burst.
Did you watch that play from Astern by chance? So he went in bot lane to like last hit 1 creep and then time lapsed away. I just want to point that out. I'm not sure if he like didn't know the heroes were there, but he just like goes in, Shikuchi's in, last hits a creep, and then time lost his way back. I mean, this man's a madman. This man's a genuine, actual madman.
We'll have to see if the alt CD actually comes into play.
I'm sure it won't, but that's just creative. That's a very creative Master Train. What is fun, though, is we are seeing Dire group again, and maybe Smoke getting time from them. They have Ravage, they have everything they need to fight, and it is a 4-man Smoke. Everyone but Fume is in there. Looking at Radiant Vision, they did not see the Smoke directly, though. I believe they saw movements to the mid lane. Not sure if they'll be aware. The Smoke, though, appears to be off the mark. They're 4-man smoking to rendezvous with Fume, but Dire, they're nowhere near the Radiant right now. The only one even remotely close is KU, but KU actually may walk into this. Will he do it? He walks forward. Will he show in the wave? He does not. Good awareness from KU. Dire know he's there, but Radiant smoke on over as well. This could be a massive fight at the Radiant side tri-camp. Here we go. Keita pops his smoke as Acid Rain. Doom, Grimstroke, go forward. BKB from Doom, looking. Doom comes out onto Grimstroke. Now Lina BKBs, looking to turn. 11-17 goes forward, looking to remove Bullocks in the fight. Bulljacks will go down here. And, well then, that's actually the end of the fight. Grimstroke down. Interesting.
Yeah, I think the Doom chose to, I think he was actually thinking about dooming the Lina, but after she BKB'd, like, just letting it go and getting the secure kill on the Grim, I think makes more sense. That does give ample opportunity to Dire, though, to fight without Doom on the in the battle, Doom Ultimate.
It's one of those things. They have Ravage still, so they have their main offlaner Steam fight ability, while Radiant have it on cooldown for almost 2 minutes. Question is, will they actually do anything? They've got 1 smoke on Bulljacks, and that's about it. I'm a little bit concerned for the side of Nebula, aka the Simps, right now. I think this Luna may be an issue very, very soon.
She's looking pretty strong. So is the Wraith King, though, I gotta say. And I think his hero is kind of naturally good against the Luna until much later in the game when she has like Scotty or Butterfly or like these annoying items. But like as of right now, Wraith King is great for tanking that Luna ult and just kind of being in her face.
The smallest things though is it can Fume avoid being kited around this game. I feel like Fume is being kited very badly in these fights.
He definitely can be, but he does have Shadow Blade and soon the BKB, which means if he gets like on the back line, they can't really kite him very much, unless they have their own items, like a Force or something.
That's true, actually. I didn't think about that. I thought he was going for Radiant still. I did not see Shadow Blade on him.
He's going Assassin build.
I like that a lot, actually. I think this Shadow Blade BKB build makes a lot of sense. It means that he won't be kited. Versus, say, with Radiance, he would be kited. Top lane, we're seeing a stun there on a Journey from Malefic. Radiance are on the pincer movement as well. Mana Drain comes in, Journey is slowed, Journey is blocked off, and now, well, the depth is inevitable. Unless it's a miracle. Lucent Beam, Infernal Blade, Finger, Earth Spike. He's still alive somehow, but Echo Stomp comes in, Reckless come in, down goes Tide. Gee, was that no Finger Stack? Yeah, that was no Finger Stack.
Unfortunate.
That was a good job from Journey, I guess. Good job from Journey.
Yeah. But I mean, he was kind of out on his own, in the middle of the corner of the map or whatever. So Radiant just punishing that.
Sometimes you just split the map and die doing so. You see a number of 3 and 4 players in the league doing that. It's like, alright, we're gonna split the map, we're gonna die sometimes. I know your offlaner does that sometimes. Where it's like, I will split the map and I'll die sometimes.
Yes. Radiant like goes into Roche, and then as soon as Dire like shows that they know about it, Radiant's like, never mind, screw that. So I guess just trying to sneak it there more than anything.
Like, yeah, maybe we don't want to find the Ravage. Ravage, it's pretty big. It's bigger than the Roshan pits. Might get caught, say, 5 heroes in this little sort of square shape. That's pretty bad for us. Looks like once again continue on the split push train. It is split pushing time. Everyone loves split push. Everybody's favorite thing is tending the lanes. Everybody loves tending of the lanes. This game, it's one of those games where I think the best way to describe it is it's going to be very, very slow until the exact point it's not. You know what I mean? You agree with me on this one?
Oh yeah, there's going to be a big team fight. I mean, that fight top almost became one, but Doom kind of just got the free kill, and Dire didn't decide to like do anything post the Doom's BKB.
You know, we're just gonna kill the 5, then walk away. We'll lose nothing. It's a positive trade if we kill the 5 and we lose nothing. We'll just walk away now.
Doom is now back up though.
Yeah, I mean it's been I think like 3 or 4 minutes now since Doom was used, so no surprise that it's up right now. Looks like Radiant are grouped to smoke if they want to. They have the smoke online, they'll smoke S4, but I'm not sure if the Swarm saw it or not. I don't think it did. Acid Rain, though, is certainly caught. He has been caught by the chains and the Infernal Blade. He's in Shikuchi, but it will not matter. Down goes Acid Rain. And now, well, maybe it's time for Roshan once again. Radiants are near the pits, but they're still not going to risk it. Guess one more free kill and then move on to the next objective, which instead of being the Roshan is the mid T1 tower. Though, Journey is invis on that tide. Interesting.
Presumably could have helped him initiate, but there's a sentry down, and he just gushes to break it anyway.
Well, here we go. Fume on the back lines kills Keita in nearly one shot. Now KU goes in the Fume. Lagoon comes in after KU. Eclipse is popped. Soulbind comes in onto KU. Low. Radiant being kited around. KU is being run down by Squid. Squid finds a kill there on KU. I think needs one more hit. They still cannot find it. Slave kills KU, and now Lina, Wraith King, look for more. Doom is there, but he cannot doom any good targets. Lion dead as well. It's a 3 for 0 in favor of the side of Nebula, and that's an absolutely brilliant initiation there by Fume in the backlines. And you mentioned it, how Fume on Wraith King with the Shadow Blades going to look for the backlines. He had a perfect initiation, going from the side there, finding ET, a major element of that Radiant side team fight.
Yeah, no chance for Radiant to really fight after ET gets popped. I think if Radiant gets initiated on, they really just have no chance. Just because like the Doom needs to start the fight to make sure that the hero he dooms doesn't cast, all their abilities and spells. Or items and spells, I should say. And if Doom doesn't initiate and somebody gets popped, that means the Doom duration's not going to be like effectively on for the majority of the team fight.
I like this item from Colonel Squid. He has a Lincoln Sphere. He is ready.
I think Lina players have recognized that like you can just build defensively on the hero because that's kind of her biggest flaw, and you still just do tons of damage. So lots of like bots BKB builds, and this is kind of an extension of it, just adding the Lincolns.
We're at the point now that he has bots BKB Lincolns, he can just buy a Daedalus. And suddenly you go from having damage to having a lot of damage in one quick item for 5,000 gold. Suddenly I'm feeling very good for the side of Dire. I'm feeling very good for them suddenly. Feels like they're in a very strong position.
This is just a great Wraith King game. I struggle. I mean, until Luna gets like 6 slotted. I mean, she's going for the Scotty, which is definitely what she needs, so she can actually kite the Wraith King even through BKB. But Dire's just taking advantage of this timing where they're clearly much stronger.
Well, mid-tier 2. It is very, very dead right now. Lina and Wraith King with the Aegis. Not too hard to siege. I should say more Lina with the Aegis and Wraith King with the Reincarnates, but still. The tower cannot tell the difference. The tower's very dead right now. Radiant will cut mid-wave, attempting to delay best they can. Dire, though, actually, I don't think they have any creeps left. They are out of creeps. Radiant will glyph in the siege. It will have to end soon out of necessity. They could go top wave and bring the wave in, but it may be too late. Chains are there onto the Wraith King. He's just tanking tier 3 tower right now, but...
Malefic? Oh, wait, that's not his courier. I thought that was Malefic's courier going to him. It's actually the Dire's courier.
This is wild.
It's Lina's.
Okay, the courier's fine, never mind.
Yeah, it's chilling. Malefic is where, Malefic and Acid Rain are kind of similar players. They're just cutting waves like rogues in the middle of the enemy's lines.
Now we see a siege top lane. Dire, one high ground. Echo Stomp comes in onto both big cores of the Dire. 11-17 comes in. Earthspike comes in onto 2. And now the Doom is there on the tide. Fantastic Doom target. Now look for the big core. Slip Stomp comes in. Soulbind comes in. And now Dire are engaging. Squid, low, Aegis pop, Earth Splitter comes in, Reincarnate's pop as well. Both extra lives are gone. Now, Echo Stomp's in once again. Eclipse is popped by KU. Doom dead. But can Radiant find the big kills? BKBs popped by both teams, and now Dire run away. Doom is bought back. Chains come in on a Fume, but can Radiant pursue? Dust comes in. Fume, low, Fume. Ravage comes in, though. It's there on 4. My lord! Doom dead. Fume very alive. Dire turn it around. Now Radiant are running out of tools to fight. Squid alive, Fume alive, they have Reincarnate again in 30. They should be very safe.
I think Wraith King is just waiting for his ult, and maybe they'll try, pushing again.
Turns out Doom not long enough to kill the Tide. Eventually it ended. And then he still had spells.
Yep. And counter initiates on the buyback. I mean, I think the Doom had the right plays there. Like Doom the Tide and like try to win the fight in that period, and also buying back and trying to kill the Wraith King before his ult is up, and also before like Dire can reset. But the good Ravage from the Tide makes it just too hard for Radiant to commit and burst the Wraith King.
That was a 4-man Echo Stomp, by the way, but unfortunately the follow-up was just not there. Now, well, the racks, they're being sieged. Range racks already dead. Echo Stomp once again there into Fume. Gush comes into Malefic, and Dire are fine with the current state of the game. Fume has Reincarnate in now. Squid hits buildings. And Dire are actually respecting the ability for Radiant to fight. They say, Doom's alive in 5. We're going to smoke away just to retreat. And they say, you know what? We're going to show respect here. We're not going to throw the game away.
Yeah, I like this play. I think they're just in a commanding position right now. They can wait for their Ravage to reset. If they ever kill Doom, that's a dieback. Or, you can't buy back, rather. So, there's like a clear win condition.
We're at the point now where it's just... Ideally, a hero like Luna would want to have at least even farm, if not more farm than enemy carry, and now she's like an item behind Fume, which is not good. It's not good for our man KU on Luna. You mentioned the importance of Scotty on Luna, and she's still not even got the Scotty yet, while Fume is just buying an MKB. Not quite sure what's happening mid lane right now, but it appears to be nothing. Both teams having a little bit of a dance with death, but nobody really can bring to that one.
Luna's getting to farm some skeletons. It's pretty nice. Donation from the Wraith King.
A lot of +5s right there. If only Sure Alchemist. And while Dire are hunting, they look for Keita. Keita TP's away in time, though, so good TP there by the Elder Titan. No kills yet for Dire, but they are once again beginning to push the lanes in. They pushed in mid earlier, they're pushing in top now. The question is, what will he do with it? Looks like they're going to farm the waves to farm more waves.
I mean, I think they're trying to choke out the map. The problem is they're not like effectively controlling the entire map. They're kind of just playing one half. And so Radiant is still kind of making these little pokes out and getting some farm. That being said, I do think Dire is still getting a majority of the farm on the map. So they're kind of slowly bleeding out Radiant. And Radiant probably wants to make a move to either punish them when they split or to like just smoke up and find a good fight.
And they have the tools for the pickoff if they can find it. I mean, Blink Lion, Blink Doom, Ember Spirit. They have a lot of ability to get damage done. They just need to find the opportunity. And as much as Radiant will get outside of the base for farming, they have been able to get out of the base to actually find a kill. Yeah,
and the problem is once you lose map control like this, you kind of have to move together because you just don't see what's going on. So like if you looked at Radiant's vision, they really didn't know where the Dire are playing, and we can see that Dire is just jungling and maximizing their farm. But Radiant is thinking, oh, we need to slow push in the triangle, otherwise we could just get wrecked and like lose the game. We have no buyback on Doom. We have to be extremely careful.
And that is Dota for you sometimes. Well, I'm thinking right now, between Doom having buyback and cooldown, Luna and the Ember Spirit bought out as well, so neither of them have buyback either. So they need to be a little bit careful, only having the buybacks on Keita and Malefic. Seeing Dire, though, with a very aggressive smoke. They're right now behind Fume, who's just sitting middle lane, perhaps baiting a little bit. They now head bot lane. They see Kobe, but he's far and away from the Dire side now. Question is, what will Dire do with this? They're just sitting outside the Radiant base, waiting, and the smoke's ended. Interesting. It is mid lane though. T3 tower is dead. Radiant are beginning to defend, but their buildings are already dead. Melarax dead. Echo Stomp comes in now. 1117 has a Doom there on a Tide. Tide is doomed, but Tide is fine. Earth Splitter comes in on the 2 big cores. Who can they kill? Reincarnate down. Squid, BKBs in time. Soulbind comes in onto the Ember, and now Radiant fight with Fume. Fume has 1 life. Laguna comes in. Down goes Doom, and now Radiant look for more. Luna's on the run once again. Fume goes forward, but cannot find the kill there. And now 1117 remnants away. Earth Spike comes in onto 2. Echo Stomp comes in. And how many? Only onto 1, and now Lina, destroys the Lion. Gush comes in. It's Radiant being run down to their tier 4 towers. Lion has brought back the Range Racks already dead mid lane. Now Dire. Begin the retreat. Can Radiant hunt, however? It appears to be no. Now if it comes in, has a good 2-man stun there, but where's the follow-up? Chains are there onto 1, it's there onto the Grimstroke. Finger comes in, Grimstroke has been time-lapsed by Acid Rain, and now Dire, go on in. Gush is there onto the line, he has no buyback. Squid searches, stun comes in, now Echo Stomp comes in onto 3. Now Ember goes in, Ravage comes in though, it's there onto 3. Ember dodges it, the rest of the team does not. Squid, however, dead. Fume, dead. Feljax, dead. Triple kill for Ember. Journey, low. Goes out to KU. It's 4 kills for no Teddy. And miraculously, they have turned it around. It was not the cleanest fight, but it was a turnaround at the very end.
What is Acid Rain doing? What are you doing?
This is gonna be interesting. I mean, he's going in and
you got him. Good job.
this just pops a swarm and what? There's no way he goes for this, right? There's no. They know he's there. Let him stop Acid Rain.
Hey, tip this man. That's enough. The voice chat. That's good. That was interesting. I agree, KU. That was very interesting.
That was a nice little comedic relief after a very long fight. Acid Rain.
I saw him running mid, and I'm like, okay, this guy's definitely gonna do something really clowny, and he delivered. Thank you, Acid Rain. Yeah, great defense from the Radiant there. I don't know if the Luna had the blast rig during that fight, but if she did, it definitely was an aspect that saved her. Just great chain stunning from Radiant, and they kind of just had like a 4-man Echo Stomp, or was it more? I'm not sure, but like, that plus Glaives plus the ET minus armor. Aura means they died pretty quick on the Dire. And I don't think they can afford to throw too many fights, so they need to be really careful. Like they just lost Roche.
Well, Ember goes in, finds Bulljax. Aegis goes to KU. Now Silence comes out onto the Ember, but Bulljax is dead to Finger. Now Squid misses LSA. Radiance pursue. They pop the Lincolns of Squid, but what can they find for follow-up? Slight Chains misses. Now Spirit searches. Hoofstomp misses from Doom. Fume is the one looking to engage. Do Radiant have detection on the ground? They have a sentry on the high grounds. They will see Fume, who does not stun, simply minus the creep and walks away. And now Radiant are the ones who run away.
Yeah, I don't think Fume actually should have gone there. The Radiant were really collected, and with no Ravage and 4v5, it could have been a disaster, I think, if he committed.
I need a new counter for number of team fights where at least 8 heroes have been there and only Bulljax dies. We're up to 2 now. Which is actually kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
It's just so weird. It's like, alright, everybody's here, right? On both teams. And only Bulljax dies. I guess
it's weird, but I think it's, like, fitting.
It's the life of the 5-player Grimstroke, just your entire team lives, you just die. You have 3 cores and a Weaver. Meanwhile, you're just a Grimstroke with a bunch of wards and a smoke.
So after that kind of throw bottom, I actually think the game is closer than it looked. I mean, the gold's saying it's close, and Luna's back even with the king again. Ember's still trailing behind the Lina, but Ember definitely is starting to show form now. Going for the refresher, which I think is pretty interesting. Just gonna have like huge burst with all these remnants.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of players at GI just say, you know what, we're just gonna buy Aghanim Scepter, Aghanim Shard, Refresher on the Ember, and just do an absolute ton of damage.
Yeah, Refresher is definitely one of the items of TI. Like, that item was not being bought nearly as much as it is now.
See, you want to know who was buying Refresher before TI? So I was, obviously, this is news to everyone, I'm sure, but I was doing some work for BTS, for the BTS Pro Series 8, and there was one player who would just not stop buying Refresher before TI. Can you guess who it was?
Would I know his name?
He plays for 4 Zoomers, and he's been at like 6 TIs.
Brax?
Eternal Envy.
Oh.
He was buying like a refresher on like every single hero before TI. He was buying refresher on the Void, refresher on the Spectre, just buying non-stop refresher orb. And I remember the cast was like, especially Twitch chat. Twitch chat was like, what is Eternal Envy doing? He's so bad, retire. And lo and behold, 2 weeks later, who's buying refresher orb? Everybody at TI.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So it turns out Jackie now is right again. They just do it like all these different carries. It was hilarious. And it turns out Jackie Mao is right again.
Surprised he's not coaching at TI or something. Maybe he didn't want to, but I feel like he would be a good coach just because he has crazy ideas.
I'll agree with you on that one. He's some very crazy ideas. One of those things where there's not that many English-speaking teams that didn't have already a coach, so you'd pick another coach. Obviously, I mean, EG is Bulba. We're seeing a jump onto Bulljax in the Dire jungle. This could be huge. Sun comes in from Mouth into Dex as well. Bulljax is very, very dead. Finger comes in as well as now, I think 4 stacks? Yeah, 4 stacks from Malefic. And they still have Aegis for how much longer? 1:16, so not much time, but some time to at least grab some buildings, perhaps in the mid lane.
Yeah, they're going down mid. They want to force something here. But they will have to back up because of this Wraith King, presumably. Although the Wraith King skeletons are kind of just doing something wild. It would be great if they were helping him push.
That's Wraith King skeletons for you, where it is. They just do random stuff. Hookstomp's there, on a Squid. The Doom is there as well. Squid is in severe danger. He's being gone on right now by 2 and more TPing in to kill him. Squid is dead. It has no buyback. Meanwhile, top lane, Fume sieges buildings. He BKBs. Echo Stop limits thanks to it. He now TPs away. So Fume grabs top racks. Squid attempts bot racks. Grabs tower. But loses his buyback. But I don't think, no Teddy do not know that. They don't know he has no buyback.
May or may not be a good play, depending on how the next minute goes, I suppose. Definitely, Fume was able to like sneak top because they were so distracted with bottom. So ends up netting them a Rax for the Lena's life, which should be good. But again, can KU and Co do anything to punish the situation?
I feel like if they had the information that we did, it'd be a terrible play. It's like, oh wait, Lena has no buyback. Just go. Rax. But the problem is they don't know that. They don't know that Lena has no buyback. They might think, oh, Lena has buyback and travels. We can't kill her.
There's a fight about to start here.
Hookstomp's there, onto Weaver, Hex is there, onto Grimstroke as well. Radiant are in. What can they find? Acid Rain, Time Lapses, Earth Splitter comes in. It will hit there onto the Weaver. Malefic dead, Boldax to trade. Fume, man fights. Flowbind's there onto Luna and the Doom. Fume, loses Reincarnate. Now Acid Rain is dead. Grimstroke has ball back. Ravage comes in, it'll be there on a 3, but they're still alive. Luna heals. It's a disaster right now for the Dire. Fume has lost both his lives, and now they have the Journey. We'll get time lapse by Acid Rain, but he's still being grabbed by 11-17. KU is there now. Boldax has returned. Fume has ball back to return to the fight. 11-17 may go down here, but Kobe and KU are still fine. BKB there now on the Ember, grabs it. She does not grab the gem. Now it's KU TP's away. Mike, that's crazy.
3 buybacks from Dire. That's huge. They need a Roche spawn like right now, but they're not getting it.
Yeah, I was gonna say with the maximum luck, it'd still be 2 more minutes, and they're not
maybe
going to
they
get
can
it.
just win off this push, but Doom at least has buyback. There's no buyback on the line, which I think is pretty significant. His disables are essential to their team fight. This Luna has clearly come into her own form, though, and now with no Ravage, I do think sieging could be a little tricky.
One of those things where Dire have the miracle advantage, but they have basically no buybacks, either from gold or from cooldowns now. And they will go for Megas. Doom has bought back. Echo Stomp comes in. It's a 4v5 defense. Siege units are there. They are sieging, but Dire are not committing. They do not want to overdo it.
Yeah, I think they should back up. I think that's what they should be happy with. Because now they're playing on a spooky timer where they don't have 3 buybacks, so they could. And the Luna pushes pretty quick, so you got to be careful.
That is true, but on the flip side, it also means that now Radiant can be 5 once their line is back, and they can now siege as 5, knowing, hey, no buyback on Weaver, no buyback on Grimstroke, no buyback on the Wraith King. And little do they know, if they fought, Lena also has no buyback. So if Radiant force the issue right here, right now, it could be game winning.
I think Radiant will want to force for Roche. I think that is the next objective. And it's going to be, it could be one of those games where Roche just goes down to the first team to scout it, and the other team isn't ready for it, and it just kind of dies. I'm hoping there's a fight there, but we'll have to see.
And they're doing it. They smell the blood in the water. They want to feast. They have smoked S4 behind KU. Dire scan, but they only saw KU, so the scan may be misleading. Now, Dire sit in their jungle, Radiant go through the river. Squid may pop the smoke, but needs to be careful. Radiant now sit outside the Roshan pit, but have not committed anything yet. Both teams are playing a little bit scared, and Roshan is not cooperating with us. It is a very long respawn. Of the 3-minute window, it spawned in the last 1/6 of the possible spawn window, so we may be here for a while. Sitting outside Roshan pit, waiting for both teams to go in.
Rapier time. Hype.
Very hype. It also means that KU also now has no buyback. So which means that basically everybody but the Ember and the Tide core-wise have no buyback. This is a complete lack of buybacks right now. This is here we go again. Looks like Radiant want the smoke, but actually they have no smokes. They're just sitting there. They're playing that group. They do not want to deviate from being a 5-man unit right now. They're just literally sitting on the tri-cap high ground as 5.
And both teams are playing pretty conservative. They are afraid of getting jumped.
This is about what you expect from the side of No Teddy, but from Nebula, it's a little bit surprising. It shows that they actually have a little bit of fear in their hearts right now. Like, wait a minute, we actually might lose this game. We need to play conservatively for once. Because usually it's the balls to the wall aggression, as we saw from, say, Acid Rain earlier. But now they're actually playing proper Dota for once, which is a real rarity from them. Ooh, speaking of some big items, though, a lot of these heroes are buying some huge items. I mean, Squid right now has a Scotty and a Daedalus, about to buy a Satanic on Lina. And that's where it gets hard to be the Luna, where even if you have, say, the Rapier on the Luna, this Lina might just outrange you and kill you with all their damage. It's going to be a relatively hard time. Like, I mentioned it when you were gone, like maybe almost an hour ago now. That say in the extreme late game, when Lina has a lot of items, it'll be hard for Luna to play the Dota game. I think that still rings true right now. Where unless Radiant can find the Lina and eliminate her in the fights, she'll eventually just ruin the game of KU.
Yeah, I can see it. She does a lot of damage, and she has a Scotty, which is very good against the lifesteal. So she can, like Luna can kite Wraith King to some extent, but Lina can kite everyone with Scotty, with sniper range Scotty basically. This Roche will die so fast if Dire is just like there. And if Radiant's not there, then it's going to be rather unfortunate. But it looks like Radiant is realizing that basically it has to be up within a moment, so they're positioned well.
Yeah, we're about 2 minutes 45 now into the window, so once again, it's basically mathematical inevitability they'll be alive. If not right now, then very soon, so both teams know the timer. They're arriving right now. It happens to be alive, if anyone's curious, in the good old Roshan pit, just waiting for his 3rd death of the game. It is an Aghanim's Synth Blessing, rather than the Pressure Shard, if anyone's curious as well, which could be very relevant. There are some big Aghanim's upgrades that have not been acquired quite yet. Notably, the Elder Titan does not have his yet. He lacks the goal for it. Other than that, I'm sure Tide would like the Aghanims as well. That'd be a very nice for him. He couldn't afford this game. Yeah, here we go. We're once again right outside the Roshan pit. KU leads the way. He now scouts out the Roshan. They're aware it's there. Dire, meanwhile, for their part, are sitting on their side of the high grounds. We are once again, as we mentioned earlier, in the big standoff. These buybacks, though, are now in the favor of the Radiant. Radiant have 4 buybacks. Dire only have 1. It's Colonel Squid. And if Radiant kept the timers, they should know, hey, it's a 1.5-minute cooldown on these 3 buybacks. If we go right here, right now, this could be game-winning, but will they capitalize? Fume is in the Roshan pit. Squid joins him. It dies so fast. The Swarm is giving the minus armor. Radiant, go forward. Lucent Beam's there. Roshan's already dead. Aegis goes to Colonel Squid. Aghanim Blessing. To back a Fume for now. Actually, he'll end up consuming it on the Wraith King to get that Wraith King Ags. And Radiance. They did not capitalize in time. The Roshan is now gone, and now Dire have a good window perhaps to seize that bottom set of barracks.
Is this skeleton thing good? I guess if it's 3 per hero, it's okay. But with like the AC aura, but I was just looking at that, I'm like, really? That's the shard you guys get?
I think it's for the no mana cost on the shard. Because it,
but where's his mana? What's the problem with the mana?
Malefic. He's got the mana drain for 120 per seconds. And the shard gives him magic immunity too. So like, if you actually have to focus down Malefic in the fights if you're fuming, I don't think he wants to do that. So he's going to buy the shard.
Not sure if I buy the lion's going to take your mana thing, but
what else is he going to buy at this point? What else is he going to buy? He's running out of slots.
I just meant he got the Roche shard, I think.
Oh no, he got the Aghanim. It was third Roche. Wraith King though goes on in, stuns Lion, Soulbind is there, Malefic's dead, has buyback. Now in comes Squid, time lapsed away, Wraith King has lost the Reincarnate, Boldeck's dead, Lion, Grimstroke, both buyback, Ember goes in, looking for Squid, is invis now, the Doom comes in onto Tidehunter is running, Radiant are focusing down whoever they can. Pressure comes in from, I'm not quite sure, I think it was Ember Spirit, goes down to Squid, loses Aegis, Ravage though, comes on in, thanks to the Aghanim's Scepter, the Aghanim Scepter on the Wraith King, allows for double Ravage, it's huge, KU dead, buyback, but has lost the Rapier goes to Squid, now Fume, destroys the Doombringer, Echo Stomp comes in, but no, the Silence, Eclipse comes in, but Lion dead, Doom dead, Nightmare by Ember is being focused down, Wraith King has now lost his life, but Radiant are losing their life, KU, BKBs, but what can he do? He's trying to fight, Fume, now dead. He has buyback. Will he buy back? Radiant go for Squid, who actually has Rapier, and he has BKB on cooldown, but they cannot get him. Soulbind is there. On to 2. Dire are still kiting. Squid wants to go in. Doom has bought back, returning to the team fight, and Dire will walk away. They're respecting the ability for Radiant to fight still. Wow. That is wild.
Wow. Wow, indeed. But Dire walks away with the Rapier. Yoink.
It's funny, when I was discussing the Aghanim's Blessing on Roshan for the Scepter Blessing, I mentioned, no, it should probably go to Tide, right? Tide can use it, but no. The Aghanim's Scepter on Wraith King legitimately won the fight. Because when Journey died there, he then could use the Ravage. Because he was a Wraith.
You were freshered and then Ravaged.
That's just... it's wild. The Wraith King actually won the fights. This is a wild game. This is it's definitely proving to be fitting of the billing we gave the game. Like we said pre-game, we said before the game, this could be a very, very great game. We're now 51 minutes in. We're seeing Rapier number 2 for KU. He's replaced his Rapier with a new Rapier, because his first one is now in the hands of the devious Colonel Squid. But this is, right now both teams are one team fight away from losing this game, where we are in a real tense situation right now. You surprised at all that Dire doesn't have a Shivas yet?
I mean, maybe the Tide could have one, but I think his build is pretty spot on. So, kind of surprised, but I don't think it's a difference maker. I think it's just important that the Tide has these double disarms and double ravages. Yeah,
that's true. I was thinking about KU in the team fight using Satanic. I was like, oh, if you have Scotty and Shivas, then that's what, like minus 75% regen at that point?
Yep.
Kind of
I wish Doom would have a refresher, to be honest. Just thinking of refreshers. I feel like that would be a big difference maker in these fights. Going for it now, just finished the Lincolns, which could be essential. I think Dire's about to jump them on this ward, though, because they see them so perfectly. This looks...
Here we go. Few no, they blink away in time. And now Kobe TP's away. Is it in time? Yes, it is. So nobody dead. Dire nearly opened the game up right there, right now. But not quite yet. Not quite yet.
The small things make the difference. Like Fume deciding to Shadow Blade earlier instead of just letting the smoke take him far and then Shadow Blading later means that he revealed right before jumping the Doom, and that that could have been game.
Someone was saying too, or say like Fume had a Swift Blink there, that would have been what it needed to say catch the Ember Spirit there. But ultimately, Fume has different items than say Swift Blink. He has Satanic, Shadow Blade, AC, MKB, rather than say Swift Blink. Yeah, obviously both teams know the targets. It is bottom racks. Dire, of course, want the Megas. At this point, Megas honestly wouldn't be that big of a deal, but it's always nice to have. It's never a bad thing to have the Megas. Fume leads the way once again. He's ink swallowed on in. He's now stunned. Lucent Beam, Echo Stomp, taking a lot of damage. Now Time Lapse back by Acid Rain. Finger comes in, damaging Squids slightly. He is completely fine though. Now, well, Fume hits buildings. Radiant come on in. They look for a Doom. Another Blink by Tidehunter! Now, Fume hits buildings. Mother Rack's dead. Range will join it, and Radiant going backlines looking for Balljack as well. Echo Stomp comes in. Doom is there. Onto Lina. The Earth Splitter comes in. Lina dead. Wraith King loses Reincarnate. Lina will lose a Rapier eventually when she dies. Ravage comes in. It'll be there on 4. Keita dead. Balljack's dead. Squid dead, but buys back into the fight. Where did the Rapier go there? Went to Acid Rain on the Weaver. So now Radiant, they have lost Megas, they have 2 dieback, and they still have not reclaimed the first Rapier.
This Wraith King Ags is so annoying, especially when there's a hero with a Rapier still attacking, and even though you killed them. Like, what are you supposed to do?
You don't. You just lose Dota, apparently. You just lose your Dota game. At the point now where it's just so hard for Radiant to fight. They're going to try, of course, but it's a 3v5. Correction to 3v4 right now. And Journey, once again, has that Blink Ravage. I'm not sure if they saw him pop the refresher, but they're certainly aware of its presence. Squid and Fume hit tower. They know what time it is. Fume, Malefic, they're in the middle of a fight. They engage onto the Lina for Radiant, though. Stun is there from the line, but Lina's just so tanky. Fume, Love Ravage comes in. He'll be there on a 2. Now, well, the Reincarnate hasn't popped, but Malefic dead. Has no buyback. Ember being run down. He remnants away, and he has no buyback either. He's still alive, however. Dire, return to buildings. Tier 4, the target. Luna does what she can, but her numbers are so low. The BKB's there, and Squid's just hitting her down. They try so hard to fight this fight, but KU cannot man fight hard enough. Squid is just hitting so hard. Down goes the Luna, and now it's Ember in a 1v4. He's fighting a fist, but they know what time it is. It's time to call GG. After 55 minutes, Frostfire Simps take game 1 in a very, very back and forth game.
Almost thrown, but after having like an initial solid position, and then just bringing it back at the end. It's kind of how I saw it. Something I noticed, did you ever see the Dark Portrait Luna in that game? Because I think Bulljack's had that Ags for like a good like 15-20 minutes. But I don't know if I ever saw a Dark Portrait Luna.
I don't think I did either.
I'm not really sure what happened. I need to go back and I'm gonna ask him. I guess maybe. Like, where did the?
I mean, from what I can tell, Luna had no Mantis. He couldn't make it off the illusion, and then Radiant actually legitimately focused the Grimstroke in the fights before she can get in range of the Luna.
That thing's got Giga range, so I'm sure. I think it was made. I just think it died or something. I don't know.
He got the islands minute 42, so he certainly had a long window to use it, but in the variant, that was wild.
I honestly think Dire won that one on draft. Like, I think it was just so hard for that is the. I mean, like, you can obviously Doom Tide and you can Doom Lina, but when the longer the game goes, then actually that Wraith King Ags just destroys the Doom matchup. It feels like, because you just kind of attack as Dire, and you might kill the heroes that get doomed, but then they're still getting off all their spells no matter what because they just respawn. So you can't stop them from getting their spells off, which is like a huge part of Doom.
That's one of those things. I mean, they picked it to count out the Tide, but the thing is, they then responded with Wraith King, who is probably the biggest Doom counter in the game.
That's a great Wraith King pick. Was that, I'm guessing, towards the end of the draft?
It was the 24 pick, I believe. Yeah, was it? Actually, no, it was the not the 24 pick. It was the 22 pick. 22, 18 pick. There we go. 18 pick for the Dire. They picked it at the end of the second phase, and then they 24 picked the Grimstroke.
Perhaps an oversight to not ban it against Doom, because that's just a traditional counter to Doom.
I don't remember what the first phase was for Radiant. Was it? I think it might have been ET Lion, actually.
It was ET Line. I was there for that.
So I'm not sure if they knew they were picking Doom yet, because they picked Doom at like 16, 17. So I'm not sure if they knew they were picking Doom yet. I think they planned on Tide, because the way that I mentioned during the draft, the way that No Teddy banned out, they banned out as if they're picking Tide. They banned Ursa, they banned Lifesteal, they banned Jug, and I'm like, man, these are not good bans unless you're picking Tide. And then Dire grabbed Tide.
I see.
You mentioned draft from picks. I thought the bans were fantastic from Bulljax as well. I mean, I think picking the Tide there was a brilliant masterclass in just ruining your opponent's draft.
Tide?
Just picking Tide after they ban out the 3 biggest Tide counters you can pick. It's like, all right, perfect.
Yeah, it seems like maybe they got stolen.
I am excited for Game 2, though. I'm very excited for Game 2. If Game 2 is anything like Game 1, then we'll be in for another barn burner. I actually even wrote it down in a text file. Man, I'm so excited. I am high energy right now for Game 2. We're just waiting on the teams to join slots and for the teams to select pick and or side, which should be fun. Should be fun to see.
And not Teddy's going to want some revenge, though.
Of course.
Teddy.
Of course. I think one thing we may see, though, potentially in this game, depending on how both teams are feeling, is we may see one, if not both teams, contest techies. You think I'm joking? I'm not joking.
What other teams are picking techies since I last picked it?
Nobody really picks it, but I know No Teddy's picked it once this season. And Bulljax and Squid have not stopped talking about we want to pick techies once this season. This is their last game of the regular season, so it's either now or never, right?
It's true. Dang, this is their last game. Meanwhile, I still have like 3 more series or something.
Yes, you do. I can check that right now. How many games do you have left? You have 2 more series still. You have one against Pizza Dog, get to go face ET, and then you have another one against 60% below average and very tilted. Odds are I will be casting both of those series, so I'll see you then, of course.
Who's on that roster?
PMA, Tints, Tiani, if you know him, CB's in that roster, and Hype. There we go.
Ah, okay.
I remember the full lineup. Let's go. Got scared I wouldn't. Got really scared that I wouldn't on that one. Because they have swapped like 3 players this season, so I thought I might forget. Did you see them give me a Radiant or Dire or no? I didn't see one.
Pardon?
Did the Simps give me a Nebula? Did they say Radiant or Dire?
Did they say Radiant or Dire? They want Radiant.
There, they just said G. They just gave me G.
You have Bulljax muted?
No, I don't. Like, eventually, Bojack said Radiance, but Squid said G twice before anything happens.
Just punish them. You're playing Dire now.
I want to, but alas. I think the point where I'm just hosting the lobbies. I don't trust the teams anymore. Host the lobbies properly. I just don't. I have no faith in my league's players. I say that now. I'm probably gonna mess up a setting eventually, and then they're going to clip that and then mock me constantly for the next month or two, which is fair.
5 seconds remaining.
It's very, very fair. We are jumping on in though to game number 2. Should be a fun time. Nothing too shocking in the bans once again. I mean, Monkey King going to be the opener. I'm going to go grab some more water. I'll see you quite soon, Sasquatch.
Okay. Enjoy your water.
5 seconds remaining.
I'll watch some bands.
Radiant team ban.
No Rubik allowed.
Dire team ban.
No Tiny allowed.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Dire team pick.
Weaver.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Weaver. OP hero. I hope they pick Bloodseeker. Just grieve him.
Alright, I'm back, and I am back with a vengeance. I am ready to cast hard for game 2. I thought I cast super badly game 1, so I'm coming back to have a better performance this game. I am ready to go. It's one of those things where I'm not sure if anyone but me noticed what I did wrong, but I noticed it, so I feel bad, and I need to do better this game.
10 seconds remaining.
I am ready
5 seconds.
to cast hard this game.
Some good old hard casting.
That's the way to do it, you know?
No, I can't hard cast the game if there's techies, so.
You'd be surprised, dude. It's hard, but it's doable. This is hard to follow the action with techies.
10 seconds remaining.
It's like, you know, you're trying to follow the action, and then suddenly you just have some dude die across the map.
Remaining.
It's like, man, techies Dota.
All right, I'm predicting a Heck Teddy win this game. They got the Lena. That's a League of Legends classic / Kobe, and they got a Sand King. And they got 2 stuns. 2 stuns are better than the 1 stun presented by Radiant so far. But I'm mostly saying Dire's winning because I got the Lena. I think that's enough.
Yes, Lena pick is very good. It's one of the better mid laners in Dota, as well as it can flex as a support. So it's just a very useful draft tool to have for any drafter.
I feel like Kobe's the player I've seen the most dominant on Lena consistently in like the games that like all these Lena games in the league.
5 seconds
I feel like
remaining.
Kobe's usually the one who's done the best on average.
Team ban.
He's always playing Lena, DP, some like solidish heroes mid. So
Yeah, I'm trying to think if anyone wants this really in the conversation for like the best Lena in the league. I know Breezy R is a pretty good Lena, and I think Fury has a good Lena, but I think I would give the nod to Kobe, best Lena in the league.
5 Dire team ban.
I mean, Kernswood played it quite well last game, but I just think this is like the tried and true Heck Teddy hero. And I think just by the fact that they picked that right away shows they're in it to win it this game.
Well, you know it. I mean, it's one of those things where they want the pride and the satisfaction of just beating this team. Because once again, it's the last opportunity for any team to beat this team before playoffs. And, you know, it's like if you see a team go 18-0 into playoffs, that's kind of intimidating, you know what I mean? Versus 17-1, it's pretty good, but it's not the same, so.
Radiant team ban.
Just
Don't worry,
take it.
I'm not intimidated, Badger.
I know, actually, you might be playing them, so we'll have to find out about that one. Considering.
Well, wait, not if I'm in the lower bracket, right?
Oh, yeah, if you go to losers right away, you won't be playing them, but there's a once again, if you went through every mathematical permutation of the remainder of your games and your group's games, there's a very good chance you get the 4 seed, and then lo and behold, you might have to eat those words of not being scared of this team.
I'll bring it, dude. I'm down to play these guys.
I'm down to cast you guys.
Give them a reminder of what they've been missing from their League of Lads lives.
Oh, I love this. This is good. This is some good banter. You know, this is so much more sophisticated than just like all chatting, an easy game. You know, this is some real WWE style storylines right now. It's like Sasquatch, bad mouthing ball guys.
The more League of Lads goes WWE, the better. To be honest, should just be like full WWE style banter and storylines and memes.
You see it during a lot during the Discord post games, where you see some real clowny stuff sometimes in the post game chats in Discord.
Or sometimes at the end of games, like namely a game I played recently.
Okay, there's only a handful of players that really go into the all chat commonly. Yeah, there's some big names who do that, you know. Smiley, M. John. You see Snow do it sometimes. KU does it sometimes. I mean, Hossie, whole city that can be played in the league, but he's gone now, so. Still a number of all chatters, though. I mean, Phalos was all chatting you guys last time you two played.
I was all chatting.
You were all chatting too. You're not really an all chatter, but you were all chatting back to them. You were like, I don't even play Dota. It's a crypto trader. That's interesting. We have an Elder Titan, which is a little bit shocking, no? I mean, you figure Radiant picked Sven to literally counter an ET pick, right?
Yeah, I mean, the armor buff is certainly nice. Although I will say that, like, minus armor is minus armor. And just the magic amp is, like, another big impact with the Lina and the Sand King.
10 seconds remaining.
Like, primarily, Dire's damage right now is magic. Lina will supplement physical later on, but Elder Titan is buffing up a lot of spells currently.
So I see what you mean, actually. It's one of those things where we're looking at the draft right now. Teddy has a lot of magic damage, but odds are KU will probably be playing a physical damage carry, which means they'll have a 1.5 physical cores with KU's hero and then Lina, and the rest of the magic. So it's a lot of split damage. I see what you mean, actually. I may have spoken prematurely on the value of ET this game.
I also think they drafted a lineup where the Weaver's going to have a lot harder over time, kind of hanging out and sneaking around. Like, the Sand King can just blank stun, followed by, like, an Elder Titan stomp. And that's very reliable catch. Presumably a Sand King might build, like, a Yols or something, even, to catch Beastmaster. Wow. Going against the Elder Titan in lane. But I think the problem here is that you don't see the carry matchup. And KU is going to see this Beastmaster and probably just pick something where he'll feel comfortable in lane. I'm trying to think of what that would be. I could see like a ranged hero this game, just because they have 2 beefy strength stunners, the front line. Like a Clinks maybe even.
I feel like Deuce would be the ideal hero, but it's banned, so it's not really an option right now.
Yeah, no Deuce, no Sniper, no Terrorblade. Interesting to ban the Terror. I mean, of course he banned the Terrorblade against KU, but I feel like the Sven is pretty good against like the Sniper Terrorblade.
I'm trying to think of what KU would want to play right now that he could opt for.
I could see him saving his pick the last because they already picked the mid hero. They could just pick like a ranged 4 here.
Yeah, I mean, they can always. I think I'm not sure if Malefic plays a good rubric or not, but that's. Oh, never mind, it's banned. They first banned Acid Ram's rubric. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I was gonna say rubric could be a great 18 pick, but if rubric was available, it would have been like a 5 pick. So, never mind.
Normal. Oh, what about the PA? That hero's so bad, but it looks pretty solid here.
I feel like this Fem by Silver Edge, right?
Ooh,
Ooh,
nice.
okay, they grab Pudge. You say, you know what, you're right, we'll hold KU's pick to 24. What can Malefic play? Range 4s? Nah, we have Pudge. We'll bring the enemy to him.
And if I'm Radiant, I think you should ban Clinks and maybe Ursa.
I don't think they're scared of Ursa this game, are they? They have great kite for Ursa.
I mean, the Beastmaster lane is great, but it is a good matchup against Sven.
Isn't it a bad matchup than everyone else, though? Bad Jakira, Weaver, Beastmaster?
Somewhat bad. I wouldn't call it, like, terrible. Just in lane, the Beastmaster is annoying, I would say. But, like, once you become a Blink BKB hero, your fundamentals just kind of change, I think. Unlike these kind of matchups, like, Jakira isn't as much of a problem anymore.
That's true, yeah.
I could see, like, a few different heroes coming out here. I could see, like, a ranged hero, like a Drow or a Clinks. I think Troll, if you want like a sturdy laning hero that just also has a good matchup for this game, I think Troll is very good.
I really like the Troll idea. I'm not sure if Troll's good enough to be worth picking, but I like the Troll concept a lot.
Could honestly even try to just outscale with like an Alk or something, but I think that's not what KU is gonna do. I think he's more likely to go for like a stable carry that's not too farm oriented.
Yeah, I mean, there's exactly one Alk player in Lads, and it's not KU, so that will probably not be happening.
5 seconds remaining.
We are coming on into the final set of bans, though. I mean, Radiant say, you know what, we'll ban on Faceless Void. You mentioned Clinks as potential ban. Has not been banned out yet, but it could be in that next ban phase. They go for the Slark instead. They say, you know what, maybe we want, say, a Spirit middle lane hero. And obviously, Storm Spirit, Ember Spirit, Void Spirit heroes have been banned. A lot of TI are not banned right now, so any of them could be picked for Squid here. And they're therefore protecting their Spirit pick by banning out Void and Slark.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Slark ban seems like a throwaway ban. I don't really like the Void ban either. Like, I don't think either of those picks made sense for Dire. Both of those would have lain terribly in the Beastmaster. And they also don't really... I don't think they even match up that well this game, so I was kind of surprised by those bans. The bans from Dire, on the other hand, make complete sense to me. Just banning two mid heroes, setting up for whatever their last pick is going to be. And probably those are the two most annoying Colonel Squid heroes to lane against Alina mid. I don't know if Colonel Squid will want the Storm in Alina. Maybe he feels confident enough, but it's not a bad Storm game, other than the laning thing, the laning situation. Also could see... I mean, laning into Lina is just a pain no matter what, so I'm expecting something kind of like stable. What do you think is coming, Badger, from the Colonel Squid?
I mean, the way they all chatted, we might see something real cloudy. They're asking if they need to win this game or not. I'm pretty sure they don't. I'm fairly confident they don't need these wins. But Squid's saying it's easy ways to get 12 wins. I disagree. I actually heavily disagree with that one. I don't think either team is an easy path to 12 wins. Both of them can get 12 wins, but
this is being cringe. Oh, snap mid, or is it something else?
Looks like bringing a snap mid.
UPA actually did it.
You were right, yeah. I'm not sure if you should have been right, but you were right.
I mean, it's a bad hero, but it's good against Sven, and it's good. It's actually, I mean, like, it's a solid game for the PA. I think they'll win bottom. I think this boar is just going to keep getting farmed or something. Like, they're just going to like blink / dagger it. ET is just going to run in and chunk. And I think the Sand King Pudge lane will not be significantly pressured. I think the Sand King will just get tanky and then maybe go for a blink. And is it going to be a snap mid? Because these guys have not locked in heroes yet. So I'm curious if... Oh, the beast mid.
There.
Yeah, that makes... But they talked about it. So they weren't even like set on what they were doing. Because they were just talking about it. So they didn't have it like clearly planned out.
Interesting.
I do think this gives Beast a better shot or I should say it probably makes the bottom lane a little bit better for Radiant. Mid I think is still Lena favored, but Beast can do okay, I think so.
That's what I was saying. They're gonna have the 2 range matchup, the Snapflyer and the Weaver, into a 2 melee matchup in the PA and the other Titan. So it could be a situation where KU might just get out traded in the lane pretty easily. We actually have seen PA at at TI 4 times, including today. Yatoro of Team Spirit picked it today at TI. So
yeah, I mean it's not like an unplayable hero. It's just you have to have some pretty niche situations. I'm wondering if like Bulljax should have been playing the snap this game and just give the Jakiro a lane against 2 melee heroes, because there's 2 melee top, but a core Jakiro this game in my eyes could be like really nasty. And Snap kind of, I think, isn't going to go with the DPS build, so it's probably going to go like team fight items, which means that Jakiro could have done it as well. That being said, Jakiro's happy laning anywhere because there's a lot of melee on the Radiant. Or Dire, I should say, sorry.
if you are just joining us, welcome to game number 2 of No Teddy on the Dire, taking on Frostfire Simps, aka Nebula, on the Radiance. We had a very good game 1 when 56 minutes, Frostfire Simps won it in a real back and forth fashion, and we're hoping that game 2 is a similar fashion. My name is Badger. I am joined by the one and only 2-time Lads champion Sasquatch, and hopefully we are in for a very fun time. I guess I shouldn't say one and only since there's 10 different 2-times Lads champs, but I digress. Burrowtrick is there onto Bulljax. Hook actually misses. It's onto the Sand King rather than the Jakiro. Spirit comes in from Keita. They're trying to harass Bulljax, but now we're seeing Fume on the way. Has Stormbolt trying to help his Jakiro, but Jakiro he accepts as the inevitable, walks under the tower, trying to deny the tower, and it will succeed.
I mean, they still get money, so I don't really understand that one. You should make them work for it and nuke them some more, in my opinion. But whatever. But he's an upper bracket player at this point. He can die to the tower if he wants.
I was gonna say they're 17-0 no matter what happens, unless they disband their team, the number 1 seed. So they have nothing to play for. No Teddy, meanwhile, if they win this game, they've pretty much locked up the 2 seed mathematically. But if they lose, they could be 3 seed, could be 4 seed. They could end up in a tiebreaker with no banned players at 11 wins. It'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Game in hand, though. Good block from Squid mid lane. That's a very good block. That's actually the perfect option to be in for Squid. But unfortunately, he's running into a Lena, so it doesn't matter. A lot of all chat going on right now.
Journey is gonna die here. Goodbye, my friends.
Yeah, Keita's doing a lot of damage. Oh, dear God. There's actually now 2 kills to No Teddy. Then I run over to Acid Rain. He's a Weaver, luckily for him, but Keita does a lot of damage right now on the ET.
I think Dire's mad they lost the first game. Specifically KU.
Of course, Miyasi KU, championship pedigree. This guy used to play semi-pro Dota, so he wants to win some Dots.
Yeah, no, you don't want to... Yeah, I mean, you always want to be a little mad when you lose because you want to you want to be motivated and feeling good about winning the next game. So it's fine. I like KTA buying a crap load of regen. Oh, he just sold it. Okay.
He's buying it again.
Slightly different variation. Oh, he still got the tangos anyway, even after he sold them.
maybe he didn't like the tangos. He wanted a fresh set of tangos, yeah.
Yeah, those were like rotten tangos or something.
A little bit moldy. He's like, you know what? I want new tangos.
Only
the best for KU.
Not really stacking, but running through and tagging the Weaver. Oh, that's
a lot of damage. He's running once again out Journey. Dagger comes in.
Seems like a little too aggressive.
Keita, too far in. He goes down. Meanwhile, Cookie's there onto KU as well. KU may be in some danger. He has no spells left. We'll pop the stick now and we'll be fine, but... No Teddy, a little bit overzealous on that one. They lose that trade.
Yeah, just that ET got too excited by the amount of damage he would have. But there's creeps there, and the Weaver bugs minus armor is very annoying.
It's one of those things where he hit a lot of units, but I think only like 120 damage, which, I mean, 120 is a lot of damage, but I think he expected more damage than that. Well, Burr was there on the Fume bot lane, taking out a lot of damage. Dual Breath is there onto the Sand King. Now Sand King's running away. Stormbolt comes in onto Malefic, comes in looking to trade Fume low. Malefic low, hook there onto Sven. Everybody's dropping low bottom lane. Sven low, Malefic low. Book of Fire there onto Pudge. Pudge will survive. Meanwhile, Fume very low will survive as well. Burchek comes in onto Jakiro, but Jakiro is still alive. Somehow nobody dies in the bot lane. Salves come out from everybody. Meanwhile, top lane, Stomp comes in on a journey. But he should be fine as well. Perhaps not actually, they actually turn on the Keita. Keita takes a lot of damage from the swarm damage and the right clicks. It's a really exciting side lanes this game.
I think it's hard for Dire to like dominate the lanes because they just have so many melee heroes. But they're doing a good job at maintaining top. Although I think the Elder Titan's in trouble here.
Yeah, he's being going on right now. Went down there to Acid Rain and Journey's combo with Scatterblast. They turned to KU as well, so it's a lot of burst damage there from Radiant, where it's... They could turn a situation where they might be down in regen to literally killing an ET in a matter of like 2 seconds.
And just ET being dead means that KU really can't do much. It's pretty frustrating.
KU, he's taking a lot of damage top lane as well. Acid Rain, nah, he's not that crazy, is he? Nah, Chikuchi's there to order the tower! Chikuchi's there, down goes KU! And Necklestop misses as well! Acid Rain, the Madman, meanwhile, bot lane, Bulljax goes down to Malefic and 1117's combo, but top lane, huge kill for Acid Rain. Wow. It's funny, I saw, like, he's actually going for this, right? Of course he did. It's Acid Rain Dotes.
Needed the cookie. Otherwise, there was no play there, but there was a very well executed cookie.
He trusted in this teammate. And then
Meanwhile, though, look at the Sand King, just kind of having a great time. I mean, Sven's farming too, but Sand King is going to get really tanky and much more annoying as this lane progresses.
It's a pretty good Sand King lane. There's not too much they can do to stop him. And we're at the point now where he might start cutting these waves over here and die into neutrals even, so even more farm for the Sand King soon. And then we actually see a courier die top lane. One lane we have not looked at all this game is mid lane. It's Beastmaster, who, if you're wondering, has gone for the Axes and Max build. He's a 302 skill build right now. Right now, him and Lina are relatively even in CS. As expected, Lina's winning the lane, but it's not by that much.
Yep, pretty close.
Meanwhile, Burrow's there in the Fume again bottom lane, but Dual Breath is the response. Nobody is dead, other than maybe a little bit of regen and some feelings. Meanwhile, top lane, Acid Rain dies the tower for literally no purpose and hits Keita once for 3 tower shots. Interesting trade. Meanwhile, Malefic nearly dies in the bot lane. It's gone on by Bulljax, but jukes and TPs away. Seeing a Burrow as well in the Fume response is a Stormbolt. However, both the Sand King and the Sven are 6 though. Both need to be a little bit more careful soon, potentially. And one thing that I've loved so far is Radiant controlling the dire side Tri-Camp bounty runes. Squid grabbed them in a 3 bounty rune there, and Bulljax got them in a 6 bounty rune there. So a lot of gold for the Simps side. Meanwhile, Aster dives tower.
Yep.
He's one more hit. We'll secure it. Down goes Keita. So another kill for Acid Rain. He is an absolute madman. 3-0 and 1 in the top lane. That's 4 kills now. And they're even going to hit the KU. They won't kill him, but they'll do some damage and ruin this game a little bit more. Something I actually want to ask about is KU's item build. We saw at the Major when Yatoro played it. He went B Fury, BKB, Deso. We're seeing KU though has gone for this. Never mind, Bulljax is dead bottom. We've already ignored that. Good rotation from Lina. But over to KU. He has a Falcon Blade right now. What's your thoughts on this Falcon Blade versus the more traditional PA builds?
I mean, I think it just depends what he's going after. But, Falcon Blade gives you damage and mana regen. You actually need mana regen to effectively farm on this hero, because you want to be spamming your dagger and your Phantom Strike all the time.
Keita's dead as well, but we're going to keep ignoring that. I want to talk about Falcon Blade. Talk about
How did he get down there? Oh, he's blocking the ancients.
He blocked the ancients and got the bounty, and yeah, I was watching the entire thing. I just didn't want to talk about it.
I mean, I'm not that interested in the Falcon Blade. He's got one. We'll see what he goes next.
I don't know why. I'm just a big Falcon Blade fan for some reason. I don't know why.
It's good for just jungling, you know. Look, he's just chilling with his bonus damage and his mana regen. That's all you need to jungle in PA. So, Fume had the ult bottom, which is kind of interesting because usually you want to use your ult to like power farm some stacks, but now he won't have that initial ult. He'll have to wait for a second one.
I think he thought he was going to damage 11-17, ended up not happening. Hook was misfiring, that's Burrow not be there, onto Sven under the tower. Fume and Sand King both might be dead, both will be dead. Boldrax is pretty low as well, but is still alive. Now in come Keita and Squid, Spear comes in, Miss stuff comes in onto Keita, but in comes Kobe on the Lina, finds Squid with the LSA, Squid roars onto Lina, Asarine arrives, looking for Keita. Swarm comes in, hitting out the two, Keita dead, they go now to the other target, Hook comes in the bottom, Boldrax dead. Now Asarine goes for the Lina, Cookie comes in onto the Weaver, stunning there onto both, into the kisses, down goes Lina, they head to Pudge goes in, the Scatter Blast brings him to the grave. It ends up being a 2-for-4 trade. Great team play there from the side of Frostfire Simps.
Yeah, they brought more gamers. That's what it took. I think if when Sand King went, if like Pudge didn't throw the hook to try to start the fight and instead held it for like the combo, they probably would have just bursted the Sven with no recourse towards the Sand King. But I think a little bit of miscommunication on how to execute. And Pudge is kind of going for like the yellow hook.
Yeah, eventually he got the hook there at the Boldrax, but the initial one on Fume would have been a huge benefit. Obviously, the fight would happen further into the Radiant side jungle. Now we're seeing Squid being gone on. Oh, God, the brings that man down. Astarine is there. He's fighting at the 3. Hook missed, but they see him. LSA, Dragon Slave minus Astarine. 2 kills there for Kobe.
Best Lina in League of Legends right there.
Yeah, we're seeing it right now. He's going pretty hard right now.
Squid just opting to stay bottom when like Dire decides that they're going to keep committing to force that issue. I mean, it's all about who's making the pressure, right? And like, Radiant responded to their pressure by rotating all these people bottom. Oh, look at these TPs, though.
Here we go again. Another fight bottom lane. Tower low, but in comes Squid. Has no roar for 4 seconds. Meanwhile, it's Pudge. Very difficult to the tower. Unites the Boldrax. Back to Astarine. Hunts onto 11-17. Tanks Lina spells. Now time lapse. 11-17 knows still on the run. Squid has roar. Wants to hunt. Stomp comes in. Stunning there on the 2. But the problem is the roar kills 11-17. It's 2 kills now for the side of the Radiant. Now they hunt 4 more. They will get away to everyone else, but still. Nebula defend their T1 tower, and they get 2 kills.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Tower defended. PA farming this entire time. Sven realizing that, you know, while he was there for that initial fight, he needs to stay away from combat, and he's just farming himself. Getting an Arcane Rune, which is pretty nice for power farming even.
We're at the point now where this is a good day to be Fume. Actually, a little surprised he's that far ahead of KU. He's nearly like what 1.5k gold ahead of KU right now.
Oh, KU, why'd you blink there?
Huge mortgage guesses from Journey. Not enough to damage the kill, however, so KU perhaps walks away from a fight he shouldn't have.
I mean, I get that maybe he thought more people were there, but like I thought he was gonna blink right on the snap so that the snap couldn't just ult them. But then he blinked to that like creep and almost died. It was pretty scary.
Journey is trying for it. But now in comes the crazy man himself. Astarine is there.
He's just a TP home now.
So sad for him. Meanwhile, though, Fume has been eaten by the Pudge. Into the LSA, into the Deco Stomp. It should be a dead Fume. Laguna comes on in. Fume goes down. Ice Path comes in, but it's too late. Pudge will be the trade, but I'm sure they're very happy taking down Fume. However, across the map, it ends up being a 2-for-1, with both carriers going down on top of Pudge.
KU getting out and Fume dying is definitely a slight lead for KU, even though KU is, you know, TPing home is like, you know, you're not dead, but definitely sucks.
I honestly forgot that KU lived there. I legitimately forgot that he lived. Oh, mid lane.
Oh, go ahead.
The brawl continues mid lane right now. They're going on in once again. Never mind, they're not going in. What were you saying?
Chilling. that Stomp and Rot are a terrible combination, and that was probably an oversight from the Dire.
Yeah, it's not ideal. Mousy waking up the slept units is not fun.
No, yeah, exactly. Like Sven instantly woke up from that ET Stomp.
Luckily, they had plenty of stuns still, but now in comes the star of the show, Acid Rain, popping it on Keita. They instead turn though to KU once again. They have their eyes on the prize. So do Dire. They want to protect their PA. Stop, comes in, actually hits on Acid Rain. They have protection. They have Dismember. They should get Acid Rain here. Dismember into Hook, into dead Acid Rain.
PA wants more. Barely getting fogged though.
Looks like that's not going to work out too well for the Dire, unless Sankin can find a big jump. He has the Blink and the Epi if they want to go, however, though. So my question is, what does Beastmaster do with this build? Like, serious question, what does he accomplish in this game?
Throws a lot of axes, basically.
And what does that do? What does that accomplish?
Does a lot of damage. But we'll see if it's enough.
Meanwhile,
it used to be pretty strong, they nerfed it.
Yeah,
I'm not sure how
significant nerf. We're seeing a 3-man gank though, a few mid lane, Burrow, Epi from the smoke, into a hook from long range. Laguna hits, hook misses, but it is not needed. Fume goes down, now Ice Path comes in, misses on to 11-17, and now Radiant pursue. They want some kills. Roar comes on into Sand King, into Cookie. Then comes Pudge, eating up the Beastmaster. Kisses come in, 11-17 goes down, as does Malefic. Now Radiant hunt for more. Echo Stomp, the Earth Splitter comes in, hitting on the Squid. The Squid is still alive. Now it's ET in the 1v3, loses that 1v3 handily. It ends up being a triple kill for Journey. In Dire, they bring down the Sven, but lose a lot for it.
I get that PA is trying to catch up, but I almost wish she was like at these fights, because I think she would be the difference maker, unlike some of these little skirmishes. And I mean, Sven's dying, but like the problem is when Sven respawns, he just farms so much faster than the PA. And like, despite dying 3 times now, and the PA only dying once, the Sven is just still significantly ahead.
We're at the point now where the fight once again has mid lane. Hook is there, on the Journey. Into the
great
east.
hook.
Ice Path canceled, but now in comes a Stomp from Keita, as well as an LSA on the Journey. Journey is very, very dead. I actually a 6 streak going to 11-17 on the Sand King. That's a lot of gold for the Sand King himself.
Yep.
And Dire want more. They've smoked as 3. They find the Weaver. Can they finish him? He is Shikuchi'd. He is dusted, but he's just too fast. Dodges that hook. Well then. It's a bit disastrous. Meanwhile, Malefic dies mid lane as well to the Squid and Bulge-ass combination. 11-17 gates the Burrow onto the Beastmaster. In comes Stomp as well, onto into the LSA, onto the Beastmaster. Laguna comes in, Squid will go down, gets Roar off of Lena before he dies. Problem is, well, Lena's absolutely fine. Now Acerine as returns to the fight. Goes on in for Keita. He's hunting. But we'll find nothing this time.
So like some very long range snipes going on. Like first the Pudge, like on the other side of the river gets sniped, and then like Beastmaster just gets counter sniped by all these like stuns from like forever range, like Blink range or like Echo Stomp. Some very long range casting. Ooh, Sven very upset. Look at the ancient block here. There's the sentry is in range, but they don't know where it is. Like Fume doesn't know about this low ground sentry spot. Yeah, exactly. That's been used a lot at TI actually, and it seems to have Fume figured it out.
No, I think they saw it on minimap there if they were paying attention, but maybe not.
Yeah, Fume's just confused. He's like, guys, it's blocked, but I don't know how.
Where's my camp? Where's my farm? We're seeing a smoke from both teams, though. It's a fight at the river. Ice Path comes in, misses onto Lena. Merciless come in. Lena's being the target of the Radiant right now, but in comes Epi and the Burrow. Hook misses Epi. Burrow comes in, looking for everything. Burrow's there on the Colonel Squid. Now KU still alive. Kobe's still alive, and now in comes Fume as well. Time-lapse comes in. Weaver flying. Kobe dead. Earth Splitter comes in, but Radiant are just alive still. Sand King low. Sand King tanks the Ice Path. Sand King will go down quite soon eventually. He'll Burrow there on a Squid, doing a lot of damage. Actually blinks away as well, so he's fine. Meanwhile, Fume goes in onto Malefic. Godstrength is committed, down goes Malefic. Back to Sand King. He's being gone on by Acid Rain. He's not been caught. Sandstorm is there. Shikuchi is popped. Sand King is still juking. Back to mid lane once again. Echo Stomp comes in onto the Sven, and now Keita must run away from that one back to top lane once again. Urn comes in on lane 17. Acid Rain is hunting. We're seeing Squid come at the axis. Down goes Sand King back to mid lane once again. They go on the T1 tower. But, well, the fight is over. The tower will be dead.
Yeah, Lina getting jumped first means that like Dire can't fight because she just has no BKB yet, and like one round of like Mortimer's Kisses takes a third of her health, so she needs to play super far back. And
long range hook onto Acid Rain into the LSA and the Eat. Laguna finishes off Acid Rain, but now in comes Ice Path onto the Pudge. Dual Breath Cookie are there. Pudge will be the trade. I think even though it's a 4 for a 4, Dire are happy though bringing down Acid Rain.
Yes, the Pudge is always happy trading 1 for 1 because of the bonus strength.
I think
also
bonus strength for girls. I think they're just sick of his shit. They're just sick of the weird shit.
Oh! Did you see that? The sentry expired, and Fume finally blinked to where the Dire sentry was. He blinked on top of it, but the Radiant sentry's gone. So he just actually got incredibly griefed.
That's actually so unfortunate. That's a game-winning sentry there from, I believe that was Keita earlier.
Yeah, and I think they should have, if it was that same time where he fed, I think they should have recognized it. Although that might have been another sentry. I think that was like a second sentry.
I think it was a different one, yeah. Because I think the first one was placed around like minute...
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Minute like 8? Hard to remember at this point, but...
I gotta say, this game, I think it's like Dire, just getting these scrappy trades is now like the gap being only 1k, 1.5k for Sven and PA at this point is not as significant as it was earlier. And with
that's the only lead too. That's literally the only lead for the game is Sven over PA. Other than that, it's all even.
Yep, and with PA having a BKB and Lina having a BKB, I think the team fight of Dire is like literally twice as strong as it was before because there's so much magic damage on Radiant. Look at how much like they have Roar and like Sven Burst, which is very strong, but like the Jakiro, the Snap, and to some extent the Weaver don't do anything without their magic damage.
Yeah, we're at the point now where Yasi Lina has her BKB and then PA is very close as well, so it's going to be go time soon for the Dire if they want to take these fights. And then looks like top lane something may be happening. Bot lane, Acid Rain, not quite sure what he's up to, but top lane's where the actual fight will happen. Correction, they're TPing bot lane for Acid Rain. That is one hard kill.
I don't know what's going on here.
Back top lane again, Radiant are collapsing onto Lina and the ET. Roar comes in onto Keita. Keita tanks the Ace Path as well. Titan is very dead. Meanwhile, Kobe TP's away. He should be fine. We're seeing though Mount being gone on by Fume. Fast strength was committed. Down goes the Pudge, so it's 2 kills.
And Roche. Straight into Roche.
I'm not sure if they knew the 1117 TP'd away, but they just outmaneuvered on that one. And they will contest this Roshan pit. Keita's bought back. Roshan, half HP. Stomp comes in, stunning onto the Beastmaster and the Sven. Now in comes Swarm from Acid Rain, giving minus armor. Dire need to go now. Necropire comes in, making some space. Earth Splitter comes in to commit. Now 17 needs a big burrow. Can he find it? Roshan, dead. Aegis, Fume. Epi, Burrow comes in onto Sue. Boldback's the main target, however. He's still alive. He's cookied away, and now Radiant on the run. Echo Stomp comes in on 3. Where is the follow-up? Burrow up in 5. It's still on cooldown. KU, daggers, but Radiant are simply unwilling to die.
Yeah, Dire had like an extra minute or two on that. PA has the BKB, and they're willing to commit, but I think just recognizing that they're a little too weak still, not going for it. The buyback on ET is kind of unfortunate, all things considered, because I think maybe he thought there was a chance to defend, but I think they overall made the right decision not to commit anything, really.
You know what they say is Sasquatch? They say that Dota is a game of inches. If KU had maybe 1 or 2 more creeps there, has the BKB for a fight, the entire thing was different, but alas, he did not have that.
Yep. But now he does have it, and Sven Aegis can be very strong, but sometimes it can look pretty useless. So I think Dire is still in a very powerful driving seat here.
Acid Rain, he's unwilling to die.
Doing Weaver things.
He's unwilling to die. They caught him with 3 arrows. They didn't have the requisite stuns to kill him. They were just too slow. Luckily for them, the mid T1 can knock Shikuchi away, but that's still some morale damage achieved by not getting the kill there on Acid Rain. Not quite sure what's happening top lane, but it's certainly going to be fun. Dire are TPing in now. 11-17 is the Blink Burrow there on a Squid. Now in comes Kobe as well, but Radiant will look to turn. They go on to the Sand King. Stormbolt is there. He slipped away though by his allied Pudge. Kisses come in looking for a Sand King. Kobe hits. Fume runs on in with that Warcry, but cannot find the target quite yet. His Blink available in 2, however. But Dire cutting around nicely. They've disengaged from their engage.
Svenalt being down could be huge, actually, if they can wait this out. Alright, get Malefic, run away.
Well, Pudge
Please.
may just be dead here. He's being gone on. Stomp will come in, but it's just too late. Pudge, it was good for it was briefly good.
Even if they, alright, even with the Pudge kill, now they just need to reset and look for a window with no Svenalt. And they are pretty strong.
And they've lost their wave top lane as well, so they can't even say go back to sieging top tier 2 tower. It's just now splitting the map and minding their lanes, which is not as fun as sieging a tower. After 17, maybe playing a fire here, but I don't think they'll catch him. Sandstorm is committed, but he should get away. He'll TP and it will be barely in time. Good play there by the Sand King. Had a dance with death, and this time he won it.
I mean, it's, you look at it and you're like, why is he risking this for a creep wave? But honestly, like, delaying that extra, 30 seconds for them to get to this tier 2 is just more time off the Aegis and, just stalls out the game that much more. And so those kind of plays are actually really important.
Hook comes in, it misses though on a Squid. Squid saw it thanks to his Hawk scouting things.
Yes, and I don't know if Dire is respecting the Hawk enough. It's so annoying to play against, and you need to realize that if they're pushing a tower, they probably see one side of the tower with the Hawk. This poor Pudge is just, he's lurking in the one position where they can clearly see him no matter what.
Now he's playing a bit further back at the very least, so they don't see him anymore, but... Well, it's a very slow siege currently from the Radiance. Nobody's really committing too heavily right now. Nobody wants to overdo it. Echo Stomp comes in from long range, misses from long range as well. Radiant Weave at long last has arrived, though.
Yeah, finally.
Alright, 11-17 is the target. He's slipped away, though, by the Pudge. Fume pursues. The Mortissus comes in, but this simply cannot kill the Sand King. Malefic may go down here once again, the Pudge, but... Once again, relatively good disengage from the side of No Teddy, only losing their Pudge.
Yep, I think that's about as much as they can ask for. And now they have a very strong window. No God Strength, no Aegis in 40 seconds.
May see a fight. Bottom lane roars there onto KU. Meanwhile, we're seeing 11-17 looks to engage. Back to Squid.
Oh.
He kills KU. Back to the base. In comes the jump. Onto Keita. Keita goes down. 11-17's sitting in the trees but cannot find anything. So Radiant across the map are winning everything, and now they go high ground. They're hitting the T3 tower once again. 11-17, he's sitting there in the side, but he's alone. He cannot find anything.
Yeah, I stopped looking at bottom because KU walked away, but then I guess he came back.
Yeah, the roar came in there. This is so much damage.
I just thought he was out, and then he wasn't. And now they're losing Rex.
Here we go. Epi, Burrow, who can they find? They found Sven with the hook. The problem is he's in a BKB. Burrow comes in on the journey. Now, I'm the Sand King. Sand King will be down. It'll be a trade, though, for Fume. 11-17, at long last, goes down, and now Kobe has arrived with his BKB. The racks remain alive for now, however. Mother racks, very low. Mother racks will go down. So Nebula get what they came for. Get a full set of racks top lane. They lose their carry. But getting racks at that 26-minute mark is absolutely fantastic.
Sven died literally 2 seconds before Aegis expiration. Or, I mean, after. 2 seconds after.
Not sure if that was his perfect timing or perfect luck on that one, but the result is the same. Sven is dead now.
A little bit of both, perhaps. Because he did get hooked into the tier 4s, and then, he still had Aegis. He ran away and, barely died right after it expired, or popped.
That's also probably the exact play you make, even if Sven has Aegis still. You just get him under tier 4s and kill him twice.
Yeah, exactly. You just want that to happen regardless. Because otherwise, they just leave off the Rex pretty quickly.
Yeah. They still end up dying eventually, but it bought them more time to say goodbye to their Rex, at least. This is interesting, though. Pudge may look for another kill here. Dire have great vision of this area. They see literally everything. Yeah, see 1, 2, 3, 4. They see all 4 Radiant heroes on the edge of that ward. So potentially we may see another attempt here on to kills with the PA and the ET respawning. I hope we do. That'd be fun.
Big hook.
We are, though, still in the pause. We had a pause from KU for lag. And that is what we were being told, in all caps, lag. So we are still waiting on the resume to happen. We're just getting the cacophony of Lakad, Maratag, Normaline, Mormaline into 9 more of them, but we have finally returned. We are getting the G. That is what we've been waiting for. We are back. Let's see if something crazy and mild happens here. Malefic has Hook still. Now in TP's Lina, they want to go, but who will they find? Hook comes in, but they split the wickets. They do not find anything with that one. Well, now what? Now what for No Teddy? They're in a rough position. What's their gameplay at this point?
They need one solid fight, and I think things can be changed very quickly. KU has not shown up to a lot of fights this game in normal KU fashion. Now he's the most farmed hero in the game, so let's see if the justification's there for all that farming. Right now he is under a ward, which is never a good thing when you are near enemy heroes.
They actually are going to go in. Ice Path there cancels the outpost being taken. Now KU is alone. He's roared as well. Infinite Kisses into a dead KU with no buyback.
Alright. Yep.
That is back-to-back uncharacteristic errors from KU, dying bot lane alone to Squid, taking that tower, and then dying alone, taking that outpost. You do not see that from KU very often.
Big
now
hook.
Hook is there on the journey, but he's time-lapsed back by Acid Rain. Ice Path comes in, misses. Swarm comes in. Now Dire trying to fight. They have stun on the Fume. Can they kill him? He's low. The Laguna are there. Fume BKBs goes on to Kobe. Still goes down on the stun, however. Now they go for Bulljacks. Hook is there. Jakiro dead, and Dire pursue for more. LSA misses. But now they hit Acid Rain. Burrow comes in. Weaver dead, and now Squid has the axes, but he's in a 2v4. Cookie brings Squid away, but Dire are still hunting. They want this kill. They go on and stomp there on the journey. The axes are doing so much damage, but the HP on Radiant is just so little. LSA is there. Squid's dead, and now it's typical for Kobe. Journey, the lone survivor, will TP away. But despite fighting in the 4v5, No Teddy win the fight very
Carry players equal feeders. Both carries kind of dying before like anything really happens, like from the rest of the teams. So it kind of neutralized. KU's feed got neutralized by like Sven kind of being out of position on the tower and just getting blown up before he can activate his BKB, and that kind of reset the fight. And it turns out that Dire was able to be a little bit stronger, even down the carry player. That was a proper 4v5 fight.
We're at the point now where it's actually almost no net worth lead for the side of Nebula. This is a bit of a disaster here. And you mentioned one good fight, and well, unsurprisingly, Sasquatch was right again.
Still haven't been able to see KU strut his farm though. Like he's been dead 2 times in a row. That's the last 2 kind of interactions we've seen with him. So I would like to see like a PA just go off in a fight. Like I'm ready. I've been waiting for the crits all game. Please.
She's critting for about 1,200 damage right now in these creeps. So if that's a sign for what's to come, should be interesting to see those crits coming out soon.
Yeah, I'm not on the creeps, but on Bulljack's face. That's what I want to see. Like crit Bulljacks and 2-shot him, please.
The Bulljacks in particular, you don't want to see like Journey get 2-shot to Bulljacks?
I mean, Journey's got a lot of armor and a Greaves. Bulljacks, he's ready to die.
He's got 9 armor, man. He's ready to go. He's ready to die. Okay, we're seeing bot lane. They go for 11-17. The dust is missed. Burrow comes in onto Weaver. 11-17 is juking. We'll get away for now, but the bot 2-1 is not so lucky. It will go down momentarily.
Dire's like getting triggered because they're waiting for Roche and like not responding to Radiant. But Roche ain't spawning, so
Very sad Rashawn pit engagement right now for the Dire. They're engaging into basically air. Unfortunately, the air does not drop in Aegis, so we'll be waiting a bit longer.
look how farmed Lena's all of a sudden gotten. Why did she just get so rich? I was just commenting. I just said KU was like number 1, and then she just like surged.
She was the one who lived the last fight, got all the kills, got triple kill in the last fight.
True. Just that last fight, making her very strong.
I want to say she was 4 in net worth before the fight, not far behind Squid, Fume, and KU, and well, everyone but the Lena died in the fight, and all the kills went to the Lena, so that would explain the delta on that one.
You know what actually sounds really OP? This Silver Edge proc with your quiver. There's some like super long range. Like I don't even know how the damage works exactly, but it does a lot.
I was gonna say, regardless of how it works, it does a lot of damage. We know that much. That's part of the beauty of Dota. You don't necessarily have to know the numbers on Quiver plus Silver Edge plus having a Lena to know, hey, it's a lot of damage.
Roche is alive. This seems like the game-deciding fight is about to unfurl. Dire has a good ward. They could lose it, though, because it's under sentry. Yeah, it's being threatened. Malefic's trying to defend it. Nice
they are
hook.
defending it for now, but only momentarily. It will now go down to Balljacks. Pesky ward is dead. Now, well, Dire, they're putting out the spirits. They want to find the right opening if they can get it. Both teams are being patient. Both teams know the stakes. You mentioned it. It's a game-deciding fight, and I agree with that sentiment.
Something Radiant's doing really well was being very cautious during their dewarding and just making sure that they poke as little as possible in order to just safely deward. It's like pretty methodical, kind of surprising from these players, but they've done it both games, so refinement.
Always good to see in that sense. I mean, this is a...
Roche is being soloed right now.
I was going to say, Squid is very, very slowly killing it. They're even putting the Swarm into it. Never mind, Swarm actually missed the stationary Roshan, but it's Dota 2 for you sometimes.
Hey,
it's Roshan. It's half HP.
It gets these amps from the axes.
And Fume is being gone on, but he's making space. Because look at Roshan, it's now 28 stacks.
Okay,
he missed that one.
He's got to stop missing, but then it will die.
But it's like Ursa, the more stacks you get, the faster it goes. The problem is, well, now Dire, wait a minute. Hey, Roshan, guys, it's actually extraordinarily low. We need to get in here. And now Spear comes in, scouting Radiant half smoked. Here we go. Fume enters the Roshan pit. Roshan dead. Aegis on the ground. Who grabs it? 717 grabs it. Fume fights. Sand King. Aegis popped. Squid dead. Sven fights. Earthsplitter comes in. Does a lot of damage. Malefic dead. Sand King has returned. Looking for Acid Rain. KU's there as well. Goes on to Fume. Fume is being kited. And Kobe's still alive. Gem reclaimed. Elsie. It's there on 3. Down goes all 3. It's a full 5-man wipe. And no Teddy. They have won the all-important team fight. My lord.
Well done by the Teddy gang. PA on the back line, I think, just shredded the Beastmaster and Shakiro. I missed it. I missed it. I need to watch it again, Badger.
I want to say it was like Dagger and Earthsplitter that killed him, but it was so chaotic. So much damage being thrown out there.
Like literally the one fight where PA finally shreds some folks, and I was watching the front line. I'm disappointed.
And a lot of that was that the 3-man LSA at the end there from Kobe. He re-engaged at like 10% HP, but had the 3-man LSA because they were all focusing KU down. They're like, oh yeah, kill PA. We need to kill PA. BKB on cooldown. No. 3-man LSA. And KU almost one-shots Balljacks. You almost got what you wanted.
I was so excited. Unfortunate.
And now, well, 1117 has rejoined his team, and, well, it's not only Rack's middle lane, it could be Rack's bottom lane as well. Radiant only are as 4 right now. Fume is not there, but they're respecting the ability for Radiant to fight and say, you know what, you still have Roar, you still have Macro Pyre, maybe Fume is buyback. Let's not overdo it. He doesn't, by the way, but they don't know that.
That was a crazy mad dash for the Aegis. I'm still thinking about how Sand King and Lena basically just ran in full speed. And Lena almost dies to just getting cleaved by Sven trying to pick up the Aegis, and it was like super close.
It's one of those things, too, where, say, I don't know, let's just say Sven grabs the Aegis instead of Sand King. Well, Sand King had basically very little fight impact before the Aegis, and after the Aegis, he had huge stuns, all these abilities used. Versus Sven, I mean, he was a big target of the Dire in the team fight. Let's say he's the one who respawns, and that's an entirely different looking fight. So that's just heads-up play there by 1117 in particular, grabbing that Aegis.
Yeah, he's been on point with his blinks this game. Some good initiations for sure.
This is such a great series. I'm happy I casted this series. This is a great series. I just love Dota 2.
Dota 2. Oh, Dire's going to try to force Radiant back here, which I think is a good move. I don't know if Radiant is lost right now, but I feel like they're... Without the Aegis, they don't probably feel comfortable just going straight high ground, so they're trying to figure out how to best engage.
17 is engaged onto Colonel Squid.
Wow,
Happy Burrow are there.
Jump.
Squid goes down. Squid has no buyback. And, well, they return to the building. Echo Stomp misses, but it will not matter. Mechapire comes on in, hits there on level 17, but the buildings, they're damaged. Fume engages, but Sand King is hooked away by Pudge. Sand King is eaten by Pudge as well. The Aghanim Shard eat from Malefic. It's just so good. Now, League of Legends. Kobe, he hits. He BKBs. Returns to buildings. KU engages, looks for ball jacks, no one chopping down the BKB, Burrows there, on to 2, it's fantastic, into the Laguna Blade, down goes ball jacks, down goes Journey, we return to the buildings, Melirak's dead, Ranger Rack's not long behind them, and now Radiant are running out of base to lose. It's 2 sets of barracks for no Teddy. Squid, now his buyback, Fume engages, Stormbolt there on 3, but they hit him, they stun him, they eat. The Sven, he's time-lapsed, brought away, hook in on Balljack's Dire, they dagger, they want to engage, Ice Path comes in, onto Cave, but now Radiant, despite being S4, they need something, they try to engage, but Dire, they have retreated.
Well done by Dire. That was... I mean, that initial jump on Colonel Squid caught him completely off guard. Like, the Sand King went real deep for that kill, and it paid off.
It's one of those things where a lot of time the best either high ground defense or high ground siege is catching your opponent off guard. And we saw earlier, Radiant were all 5-man in the middle lane Dire jungle area under Dire side wards, so they knew that Dire were not groups. They saw Squid in the base, like, hey, he has to be relatively alone, right? Jump and kill.
Yep, the slow TPs.
I think it is possible. I don't want to jinx it, but at long last, Frostfire Simps may lose a game.
Yeah, and this isn't like some end of season loss either if they do end up losing. This is a legitimate, hard-fought win for the Teddy gang. Again, assuming they pull it together and finish off a raid in here. And I don't think this game's over. I think a good angle from the Sven means that all these heroes get shredded really fast still.
With Dagger in the heart time for no Teddy. They engage onto Colonel Squid. Squid is burrowed. He's eaten. It's a dieback. He is dead for 110 seconds.
Well, okay. Maybe that's a big catalyst there, so I want to see what are they going to do? Are they just going to run down mid, or farm some more Ancients?
Looks like Acid Rain wants to at least cut the mid wave. Problem is, Wave's coming in mid lane. Wave's coming in top lane as well, but Fume is there pushing that one out. But the problem is there's still another lane, top lane.
Yeah, they're just going to push this tier 2, looks like. Acid Rain back in his most active position, which is between the tier 2 and tier 3 of the enemy.
It's actually so true.
Like, if you know that Dota buff map or a heat map activity, Acid Rain would just be in between the towers most of the game.
Hey, why is there a red behind their towers? Oh, it's Acid Rain, yeah.
Look at him, he's cutting. Cutting like he's never cut before.
Problem is he cannot cut all 3 waves at once. He's not, say, like a Naga Siren who could do that.
Yes, and their best high ground defense hero is arguably the Beastmaster, who is the one who has diebacked.
Well, KU hits buildings, Ice Path comes in, starting onto the PA, but here we go. Epi, Burrow, who do they find? They find the Sven, but he's BKB in time. KU low, KU dead! And now Fume is just so large, has half HP. Lina is hitting, but Fume gets away for now. Ice Path comes in onto Kobe, and now Dire retreat. Journey comes in looking for the Scatterblast, cannot find it, and now Dire. They grab the tower, but their carry, he's in the grave. He does not buy back, and now Dire are the ones who run away.
Just no cover for the PA. I think the Sand King made the fatal mistake of channeling Epi instead of just blink stunning, because by the time he channels his Epi, Sven's already committing BKB, and like you literally Epi'd nothing because of that. So I think they just needed to be ready for the jump, the last ditch effort from the Radiant, because that was a true last ditch effort. They had no Beastmaster. That was their last set of racks. If they lost that fight, the game was probably over. And so of course they're going to be committing at some point. And I think Dire was just a little too unprepared. Now things are spicy again, just like that.
Obviously still a very winning position for the side of No Teddy, but for the Simps, I mean, they have Equilibrium in the top lane, and they're now alive on 5 for the first time in a hot minute. And they're hunting.
Acid Rain looking deep.
You know it. He has the shard now too, so he can even cut waves better with this this absolute shard on Weaver. I love how, despite being up a set of racks and 15,000 gold, Dire are playing this far in their base with 4 heroes now. Like, you know what? We're gonna respect the ability for Radiant to fight. We want to win this game. It's not only secure number 2 seed. We want the pride. We're going to fight hard. We're not going to throw this one away. Everyone but the Sand King in the base. Now Sand King joins them. It's a 5-man movement now from the side of No Teddy. But here we go. It is smoke time. Question is, what will they find? Right now, Radiant are very, and I mean very far back. Dire see nothing right now. But they approach the Radiant side tri-camp in the Roshan pit area. This could be where the fun happens. They may run into Fume. They see Fume. Can they kill him? Dagger, Blink comes in, dash him to Fume. Now into the burrow, into the BKB's other Dire. Fume is forced away. Can't keep him alive. Hook comes in, brings Sand King back. Now Earth Splitter comes in, doing something. Bulljack's dead. Fume dead. Fume has buyback. Bulljax does not, and the gem is lost. Huge bash there on the Dagger from KU, opening that fight.
Yeah, those bashes primed. And yeah, just some good bashes into Sand King's stun, and Sven is bursted before he can BKB. That's all you need.
Acid Rain is cookied forward. They want to go. Swarm is scouting, but Roshan is not in his pit quite yet. Acid Rain nearly dies doing that kind of play, but
Sven's about to chat up. Oh, maybe not. Okay.
Thought he might.
Thought better of it. It's like, wait a second, I don't have buyback.
There were definitely some Kara players in the league who would have made that play, but Few was not one of them. Honestly, it's probably a good thing you didn't make that play. It's probably a good thing you didn't.
Yeah. I think the problem with the Radiant draft this scheme now is that Dire's 3 cores are ending up a lot more effective towards the late game. Like Beastmaster, he still throws a lot of axes, but do they really do so much at this point? And even if they do, it takes a long time for them to stack up. Meanwhile, the fight's pretty much over based on who Sven and PA burst. So like that accumulation of damage happens too slow.
It seems like they recognize that as well. They tried to end the game early. They got the racks top lane, but they couldn't convert that top racks into more. They lost some key mid-game fights, and then from there they were on the back foot both in terms of gold and in terms of drafts. And well, Keita, who's been sitting in the Roshan pit for a good while, has now seen Roshan spawn. KU enters the domain of Roshan, and well, unless Radiants get there right here, right now, actually they're going for it. This could be another huge Roshan fight. Roshan's half HP, but Radiant are rapidly approaching. Can Dire take it in time? Seems like it'll be no. Fume engages. Suns out of Roshan. Godfrey there. KU, Fume, both hit Roshan. League of Legends grabs the Aegis. KU dead. Fume dead as well. Both carries in the grave. And now, in comes Laguna on Acid Rain. He grabs the Refresher Shard there, and the cheese on Acid Rain. And now, Hook is there on Weaver. Weaver may go down. Weaver is cooking. He's healed. And now, Sand King goes into Jakiro. Acid Rain dead. Jakiro low. Ice Path comes in. Jakiro dead as well. And now, Dire, with a buyback on KU, want to end this game right here, right now. Sven, no buyback. Jakiro, no buyback. It's a very hard defense.
Poor Acid Rain got like forced away, but he was still being dismembered. So he just ticked to it. Maybe if he popped his refresher right away and then ulted again, he could have like Tokyo drifted out of there, but it was pretty hard. And with no buyback on the Sven, I think these guys are just going to go for the throne.
It is the 4v5.
Going
Radiants
for Rax.
do have cheese, but Dire have the Aegis. So go Rax first. They still have a 72-second window. Fume simply buyback on cooldown. Hook comes in. Onto Jakiro from long range. That too will be a dieback. Now Burrow's there on the Journey. Journey may be in some danger. Megas are there for the Dire. Down goes Journey. It's a beyond godlike streak for Kobe on the Lena. Stomp comes in on a Squid into perhaps a long range hook. Hook, Burrow are there. Squid is now in a very bad spot. He'll go down. He does have buyback. It's a triple kill for the side of the Dire on the Lena. Now while Radiant, they're desperately trying to defend. T4 dead. Radiant throw out the axes. They have a 38-second window without their carry, and Dire have not ended quite yet. Acidrain throws out the swarm. He's trying to defend desperately. And Dire are not hard committing yet. They're perhaps not using the time perfectly. And now
Lena needs to die for mana so she can spam and attack faster.
well, they go in, T4 dead, and now they focus the Throne. KU is finally in. Throne, half HP, Epi Burrow are there on a Journey. Journey, the target. Throne is already also the target as well. 1000 HP on the Throne. Radiant call GG. They know it's over. And No Teddy, for the first time this season, have taken a game off Frostfire Simps. Epic gamers indeed.
That was a legit win. To be clear, before anyone tries to be like, "Oh, last game of the season, something." They were trying their best to give Heck Teddy the best chance of getting into the lower bracket or whatever kind of logic Colonel Squid was putting out at the start. But I think the PA, Radiant was significantly ahead and had this strong window, but just through a few scrappy fights, PA suddenly catches up and becomes the monster of the game. And despite having two kind of horrendous deaths after overtaking the gold lead, she finally cleans up at the important Roche fight. And that was kind of the fight of the game. So there wasn't enough damage done by Radiant before that point to keep them in it. It's a good game, though.
It was honestly one of the best series of the entire season, I think. I mean, the game 1 was a certified Lads Classic, and then the game 2 was not far from it. Absolutely great series.
And PA, being the strong hero at the end, still the third lowest damage on her team because she was just so irrelevant for the first half of the game. But strong, best Lena brought her best performance. Or his best performance, but the heroes of her.
Go 6-1, half dozen at the other at that point, but 11-17, I mean, he's number 1 damage in the game. You mentioned in the mid to late game how well he was playing with his stuns, and that number 1 damage has to be pretty vindicating for a Sand King. That's absolutely great play there from 11-17.
Yes, also 11-17 on point with the Blink Epis that game, except for that one, I think, pushing top where KU kind of gets bursted before 11-17 commits to anything, but for the most part, just controlling the game, making lots of plays happen, being the initiator that his team needed.
This is just fun. This is a really fun series. I'm in such a good mood right now because I casted the series. I'm in such a good mood, unironically. And that was fun. Do you have any final analysis before I go into my usual outro thing?
No, I think it's just a great series. I'm excited to see these teams in the playoffs, and we'll see if Nebula can go semi-undefeated through playoffs even, or how the playoffs will shake up how these teams are performing. And
that's always the big question. There's never a team that season. They've had 3 seasons in a row where they've dropped, I think, a combined 5 games in the regular season. It's always playoffs for them. But yeah, I mean, Sasquatch, thank you, of course, for joining me. It's always good to have you on. You're a very busy man. It's always good to get to pick your brain for 2+ hours at a time. Do you have any final words, call-outs, shout-outs to say to the people of League of Lads and twitch.tv/BadgerPablo?
Thanks for having me, Badger, and shout out to the Canadians, like always. Waiting for the next Canada versus USA show match.
I'm not sure if Canada's Eagles can handle the loss again, but I digress. Thank you.
Hopefully they don't just dodge.
Yeah, they actually are going to dodge. I mean, they have Ultra Gun release this time, but they still stand no chance. Thank you, as always, again, Sasquatch, for joining me. Thank you to the viewers for tuning in for this 1-1 draw between No Teddy and Frostfire Simps. I will be back Not quite sure when, but I'm sure I'll be back a lot for some Lads playoff casting. Perhaps joined by the man with me tonight, Sasquatch, but I'm sure I'll be in for some very hyped casts in the near future. But if you want me to cast your games, cast your tournaments perhaps, I too can cast them. Contact me if you want me to be there at Discord, Badger number 5713, or on Twitter. It's twitter.com/Badger Dota2. Thank you, as always, for tuning in. Thank you to MX Guire for the subscription. I truly appreciate that one. 9 months. Big fan of me. I'm a big fan of you for being a big fan of me. And as per always, have a great night.